right, everybody. This is the big day. This is a day we're excited for.
We made it. You don't sound too excited though.
I know. That lot's taken out of me right now, and I'm so excited. You can hear it in my
I
voice.
could tell.
And this is it. Breeders' Cup Saturday. It's me, the DO double G Randall Johnson, with the beautiful Sarah Marie, Mrs. Big News, and Truck Stop Burrito, AJ Ryder will be joining us for the ride. And this is a big one. So we need to take this serious. And tell them who's going to be here taking it serious as I am.
Oh, as serious as you are. Well, I'm going to be a little bit more excited. We have a good lineup. We have Wendy Ouriel joining us for the Philly and Mare Sprint, Justin from Trip Note Pro for the Turf Sprint, the Big Ass Fans Dirt Mile. We have Tom from Tom and Tom Racing, Rich Bieglmeier from Horse Racing Raiders coming on for the Philly and Mare Turf, Ed Derosa joining us for the Sprint, Ryan Dickey coming back on for the FanDuel Mile, Rachel McLaughlin from Indiana Grand coming in for the Distaff, Joe Sharabati from And Away They Joe for the Longines Turf, and Craig Milkowski coming in for the big race, the Classic.
There it is. Great lineup. Let's go. All right. And here we are joined by the fantastic horse person. What do they call them? Horse people?
Owner?
Horse. No, she's a horse owner. I know. Horseman. You can't say horsewoman. Horsewoman. I don't like the horseman thing now. I'm going with that. The beautiful Wendy Ouriel. Did I say it right? Did I say it right? I did.
You
right?
did
Right.
enough. You did it. Right.
Yeah, I'm sorry. And we know Wendy very much.
You
She's
did
a
it.
horse owner.
Bad start.
She is very affluent in horse racing.
Great handicapper.
Yeah, fantastic. Friend of the show, friend of ours. Always a pleasure. The beautiful Wendy Ouriel. I said it a little bit different that time. Was
Better.
It?
It's good enough.
I'll never
there.
win. Wendy. Okay.
Yeah.
Wendy, thanks for coming on.
Thanks for having me. I'm so glad to be back.
Yeah, it's been a while, except last year for the Distaff we had you on.
I know, and I've been rolling in the dough since then. I hit a jackpot at Low Sale like a few weeks ago.
Bam.
Damn.
Boom.
And I hit that massive super high five at Fresno on closing day. They had that mandatory payout.
Yeah.
So hit that. I've been rolling in the super high fives lately. It's been great. That's my favorite bet.
Was that when your horse ran?
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
well, that was the following day.
Okay.
Yeah, but Gail's evening, she did pretty good in that race. She finished second. We're gonna run her back in like a week, and I think she's gonna do really well. So just stay tuned with her. She likes the Tapeta the most, but even though she finished second in that race, that was actually probably her strongest race. She had her highest speed score ever in that race. So we'll see.
Wow.
She likes the Tapeta, so we'll run her back at Golden Gate, and hopefully we'll get that win out of her. It's
And-
been like a year since I've been in the winner's circle.
Well, I mentioned who you're talking about for everybody out there listening.
What?
What horse are you talking about for everybody listening?
Oh, I'm talking about a filly that I bought back in September. It was at the Low Sale meet. I claimed a 3-year-old filly from Matt McCartney named Gail's Evening. What happened with her, which was really interesting, she was running really well up at Golden Gate. She won a couple of $50,000 allowance races. They claimed her in an optional claimer for $50K. Brought her down to Del Mar, hoping, oh yeah, she's going to do amazing down here. Well, you know, horses that do really well up at Golden Gate don't really do so well when they're brought down here because the competition is so stiff. So she didn't do so well. So they dropped her to a $20,000 claimer at Low Sale. And I was like, I can't believe that these idiots are doing that. So I snatched her up. There was a 4-way shake. I got her, and then I just sent her right back up to Golden Gate. Because you know, a really good horse up at Golden Gate is like an average horse down here. So why not send them back up to Golden Gate where they're winning?
Make some money. Make some money, Wendy.
right.
Wendy's a businesswoman, that's for sure.
And here's the
that's
other
what she
good
gets
thing.
it. And
She's
I do
a
have to say,
Calbred.
one of your
She's a Calbred.
You make-
old, oh, there you go, Calbred too.
So she had a pretty, so with that race that she came in second, she had a pretty substantial bonus because she is a Calbred. So I made about an extra couple thousand just by that alone. It was great. So hopefully we'll get another win out of her soon.
No, absolutely. And your old horse you had that got claimed beat me the other day with Irish Heatwave.
Oh, Irish Heatwave. Yeah. Once he gets claimed, then he starts winning races. Same thing with Man Friday. Man Friday, we lost him. And then he's going and winning races now too. He won like $100,000 allowance the other day. So that's just it. And that's the problem. Is when you have a horse, you have to put them in a race that they're going to win. They lose, you got to drop them down so they win. And then a lot of times they win, and then they get it in their head that this is what winning is all about, and then they start doing really well.
Yeah,
They love
That's
that
just
one.
the name of the game. What are you
Yeah,
gonna do?
yeah, it's
Yeah.
called horse racing, Wendy, and that's it better than anybody.
Yes.
All right, so let's get into it.
yeah, let's get into it. We are doing race for the grade 1 filly and mare sprint. It's 7 furlongs on the dirt. We have another 6-horse field here. So Wendy, who do you like in this race?
Well, I'm gonna go with the horse with the strongest speed figures, with the fastest speed time, and who's only been defeated once in her career, and that is Bella Sophia.
Ooh, yeah.
That's it.
There is a younger filly in town. She's younger, she's hotter, she's got a bigger butt and a cuter face, and her name is Bella
Whoa.
Sophia. So sorry,
Whoa,
Gamine.
whoa.
Wow.
No one
Old
is as
news.
beautiful in the entire world as Gamine. She's the most beautiful woman who's ever walked the face of the earth, and I will
Hey,
stand
she's
by
getting
that.
older. She's getting older. She's got a couple wrinkles around her eyes. I saw the crows
No.
beat.
No.
And you know what? There's a hotter girl in town, and she's going to kick Gamine's butt on Saturday.
There you go.
Yeah.
I like it. I like it a lot. So we're going straight. Anything else in this race that you think might happen?
I think that it's going to be, well, you look at a couple of other horses in here. Cece and Gamine have gone head to head on a couple of occasions, and Gamine has laid waste to her. So I don't think Cece is Gamine's competition. When you look at the other stats in here, this is a 2-horse race, Bella Sophia and Gamine all the way. But I think Bella Sophia has got it in her to knock the queen off her throne.
All right.
Yeah.
I love
What do
it.
you-
I love it. Well, okay, I'll go right into it with what I like here. And I agree with what you're saying. I think Bella Sophia is I think Gamine has never been challenged to the turn because Gamine runs against the same competition all the time. I think Bella Sophia can beat this horse to the turn, and we'll see what Gamine's all about when she gets beat to the turn, because she never does. And we saw her in a dog fight one time and she lost. I keep saying that, a real dog fight, and she lost. So I like the Bella Sophia angle. I can't throw Gamine off because I've said this before. If Gamine wired the field, I wouldn't be surprised. But I'm going to go out on a limb here because of speed duel that could happen with these horses that I don't think both of them don't like not being around a turn. And I'm going to go with Proud Emma on the rail as well, because I think it's the one closer. And if these guys want to burn, and Edgeway, I think will get sent as well. So if they want to burn, I could see this one coming home. A little bit older, obviously, sagging a little bit at this time, as Wendy would say, a little bit older mare, but I would say I'm going to use that horse just in case there's such a hot up front where I think Gamine can get run by, and we'll see what Bella Sophia can do. But I'm going to use both of them, obviously. But I do like the Bella Sophia route with Gamine, because I think whoever wins to the turn there, the horse that gets beat to the turn is not winning the race. So I'll go 1-5-6. I'm going to go deep here, where I really thought I was going to single Gamine when I first thought about it. And then I looked at it and I'm not gonna, because I
Yeah.
do agree Bella Sophia on the outside, especially, who knows, could just cut Gamine's head off coming out of the gate too.
Yeah, you could.
She's been beat before. She can be beat again.
Exactly.
Yep.
Well, I do want to make a correction. This is a 5-horse field now, as the Stio Talentoso has been scratched.
I think it's number one was scratched.
Yeah.
Thanks for telling me now.
I was waiting for you to finish your picks. No, so now we're down to 5 horses. But I'm all on Bella Sophia. I am not playing Gamine at all. I think this horse will challenge Sophia and let Gamine just fall. But I am throwing in a long shot here with Edgeway with what Randy was saying, if there is a speed meltdown, a battle between Gamine and Bella Sophia, and they choke, I think Edgeway will be there right behind them to pick up the pieces for a price at 12-1. I'm taking that, but I am not putting Gamine on my ticket. I think Bella Sophia could take the show.
Yeah, I think the throwout could be CC, like Wendy said, a horse that's proven that can't run with Gamine. If it's a 5-horse field, you're gonna play fours, throw out a 4-1 shot, which makes no sense, but.
Both Gamine and Bella Sophia have both gone against like Lake Avenue, for example, and beat her. And all these other horses have gone against each other except for Bella Sophia and Gamine. If I'm looking at the form here, right? They've all pretty much gone against each other except those two. And when you got a new girl in town that's winning races by 11 lengths here, her doing G1 races really early on in her career and doing a hand ride pretty much, she's going to be tough to beat. So we'll see.
She is.
Absolutely.
AJ, who do you like?
Well, it's not like I haven't been super vocal about this race for the last like 3 months that we've talked about, with Chip, where if Gamine is the love of my life, Bella Sophia, since winning the test, has been low key my mistress. When I took her at she was 6-1 morning line, she ended up going up 4-1 because I took her in the survivor pool, singled her in that sequence that day. Gamine will forever hold a very special place in my heart, but she has not been the same this year. And I think that has a lot to do with the Lasix angle that we talked about also multiple times on this show. So to me, it's two horses. It's Gamine. It's Bella Sophia. Two of my favorite fillies since I've ever been in this game. I love them both. Bella Sophia more recently, obviously, because we all know how vocal I've been about Gamine. Sarah's on to something too. Edgeway, I think, is by far the third best in this race. I would not take Edgeway to win because it's going to be one of those two, but I would play Edgeway underneath. Even if one of them drops off, I could see Gamine winning. Edgeway comes up, gets second. Bella Sophia finishes third. Same way with the opposite, where if Gamine gets pushed too much, which I don't think she will, because I do still think she's a super horse, and Bella Sophia drops off, Gamine, Edgeway, Bella Sophia, something like that. It's going to be those three. I don't give any credit to the other two, I guess, now in this race. I really don't.
Really?
And I've said multiple times, and Wendy brought it up, Gamine has destroyed everybody in this class. Bella Sophia is the one good horse in this field that Gamine has not just routed before. No one stands a chance. Bella Sophia is the absolute underdog coming into this one, and an underdog at 5-2. I get it, but if you're trying to beat her, I'd use her. But it's those two, and that's it.
All right. I think you're crazy to talk about the three the way you did and not the one who was closing on that horse 4 wide, and it was a 6.5 furlong race. At 7 would have went by that horse easy. So if you're saying the 3 is much better than the 1, you're absolutely nuts.
Oh, wow. Oh, so you're going to get mad at me for picking the third best in this race? Okay.
No, but I think if you don't think the 1, you're throwing out the other ones that can't pick up the pieces. I mean, the 1's a better play, I think, than the 3 picking up the pieces.
When Edgeway's talent has been tested, she's failed.
Exactly. That too.
So I don't think she has a shot here. And now that she's going against probably the 2 best sprinters in the country, she's not going to do anything. No chance.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah. Well, me and Wendy are not on Gamine at all.
Yeah, I like Gamine, but
I can't, and Gamine just wires this field. I can't leave it off because I'd just be like, oh, well, here we go. Here we go again.
And it's
I agree with AJ, she's a different horse now with different medications being used. And I'll just throw this out there. A lot of Bob Baffert's horses are a little different now that he's under a microscope. Not saying why, but you can read between the lines. And so you have to wonder. And then you've got this trainer that Bella Sophia has, and maybe he does something very similar to Bob Baffert, but he's not under a similar microscope just yet. So maybe she has an advantage that Gamine used to have.
Ooh,
yeah, this is a big Breeders' Cup for Bob Baffert, now that you mention it before we get off, because he's got the more testing with his horses.
Yep.
So it's curious to see like if he's gonna like really get them ready and they go, or because I mean this is a big thing. If his horses don't run all of a sudden and he's getting extra testing, that makes him look terrible. And it might not even be that. It could be just his horses had a bad day. But it's like he's really got to get these guys. I mean, obviously they'll be tuned up for the Breeders' Cup anyway. But this is a real thing for the public to see if these horses don't do well here. People are going to be screaming from the rooftops.
They will, but my question is, do you think, I've seen some chatter about this on Twitter. If he does test positive, it won't be known to the public and they'll brush it under the rug. Do you think that scenario is possible?
No, because horse racing has the most transparency of any sport in this country. Everything is public information. So if it comes out, it comes out. I mean, it's all published because it's a state regulated sport. So I don't see how they would hide it. Now, and I'll just throw this out there as well, because it's such a transparent sport. Maybe that's why some trainers choose to train their horses in certain places.
Sure. Yeah.
Maybe you can get away with more.
Yeah, when you're racing in places that, where the media.
I mean, if you have like a really good trainer and you're like, why are they not training at Santa Anita? Why are they training at this other little track? Maybe there's a reason for that. Now, I'm not saying anything, but sometimes trainers will do things to avoid being caught doing anything.
They know the game as much as anybody.
Yeah.
They'll play around it.
Yeah. So that's all I'm going to say about that, just from what I've heard.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it makes sense. It makes total sense. And listen, like with horse racing, you say being transparent because it's so bad. Wait till the NFL and everything, when everything gets legalized around the country, how their standards are going to go up with steroid testing and everything.
Once you bring gambling into the equation, then you have to have everything out there, because you can have people suing saying I was cheated out of my money. And when you're cheated with gambling, that's way more serious than some baseball player who's doping just so he can hit a home run. That's a little different.
Yeah, it's like basically entertainment at that point. That's all it is. If you're not gambling on it, it's getting mad because some Marvel character did steroids for the role. Like, okay, that's fine. Like you got the role. All right. It's entertainment. Nobody cares.
Yeah.
But when you get gambling into it, you'll see it. And it's funny. We'll probably bring that up at some point, but
we will. Awesome. Wendy, thanks for coming on.
Thanks for having me.
I like this. I like that we're playing against Gamine here, me and you. We'll see how Saturday plays out at Del Mar. But everybody, good luck with the Filly and Mare Sprint.
All right. He's back. You see him. He's our sprint expert, apparently.
Turf sprint expert.
Well, Turf sprint expert. I'm sorry. Yeah. I mean, no, he's just a sprint expert.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't matter what they run on. Rocks, gravel, broken glass. Doesn't matter. He's here. Justin, he's back. So let's get into it.
Yeah. All right. Justin, who do you like here in the turf sprint?
So I have a big trip note on Fast Boat, the number 11. The comment line in the PPs, which reads tight quarters, doesn't even come close to explaining the tough trip that this horse had. I'm speaking about his last out at Kentucky Downs. He was off inside and behind horses, and he was on a really strong hold early. He had no space to get into a comfortable gallop. And when that happens with horses, they tend to exert excess energy, and it can hurt them later. So again, at the top of the stretch, he found himself surrounded by other horses in an in-between spot. And when horses are in between other horses, a lot of times they can get out of their comfort zone. It becomes a bit uncomfortable for them. And so twice now he was in uncomfortable spots. It gets worse. Mid-stretch, he was sandwiched in between two other horses. And the reason this is significant is because the tough position for a horse to start gaining momentum and providing its late kick And he even took a bad step in deep stretch. It was a horrible turf trip. It left him no chance. And he only finished fourth, beaten 2 3/4. So I'm hoping that the comment in the running line that says tight quarters, a lot of people missed this trip because it was a tough one. And I love that. Who's jumping back on Gaffleone? I think Gaffleone's back on this horse. Yeah. And he ran gigantic with Gaffleone off the layoff, 2 back at Saratoga. I love that they're reunited. And so I don't love that this horse has to come from out of it with a 12-horse field on this tight turf course. But I think I'm going to be compensated again in the line at 12-1. He might even float up. So my topic is the 11 Fast Boat. And the other horse that I'm interested in playing with him is the 4 Lieutenant Dan. I think he's a pure 5-furlong specialist. He's won at other distances. His last, that Santa Anita, going 6.5 down the hill in the Eddie D, he beat that field, but he didn't look all that comfortable in the latter stages of that race. If you watch his trip 2 back in the Green Flash, he relaxed beautifully inside of another horse around the turn, cut the corner and relished that Del Mar turf course, and he pulled away without any urging whatsoever. So I think that he's a horse for course, Del Mar horse for course. Obviously, he's 2 for 2 at Del Mar, 3 for 3 at 5 furlongs, and he's sharp right now. And so the trip I envision him getting is hopefully sitting right outside of Golden Pal and getting that front end stalk and pounds trip. The key to this race, for me, because I like Lieutenant Dan, is Charmaine's Mia and what Charmaine's Mia does from that post. And so if Charmaine's Mia breaks smartly and runs up to contest for the lead, that could put Lieutenant Dan in a little bit of a tough spot because Charmaine Mia is drawn in the 7. But if Lieutenant Dan is faster than Charmaine's Mia and can get outside of Golden Pal, I think he sits a beautiful trip. So I'm looking for Lieutenant Dan at 6-1, and my top pick is Fast Boat at 12-1.
All right.
Good money there. What do you got?
No, I love it. I love the 12-1 shot and good points with the Fast Boat, because like they say too, it's a good thing because most people don't realize it takes more effort to stop than it does to go faster. And people don't realize stopping and going, you're going to put more effort in. When horses check and they can still win, they would have won by a lot. And you see a horse check, I mean, it's it's physics, and I know physics.
How about that?
Yeah.
All right.
But so was a very good point. I love what you said about Golden Pal, Lieutenant Dan, because those are my choices right there. I think they go to lead together. And I think if Lieutenant Dan sits there, I think Lieutenant Dan is running like an absolute freight train right now. I think you're exactly right. His last trip seemed a little bit off, but Lieutenant Dan, this is nice distance. This is his time, and he's going to get ice cream when he wins. Just remember.
Yeah.
And so, but I'm also going to play the 6. I'm going to tell you why on that one. A case for you, of you, and this is one of the reasons I'm fading the one who won it here last year, Glass Slippers. I'm fading that horse. And if you look at this horse, how it went into prep for that race, Glass Slippers did almost the same thing this year, but it looks like a decline on that same route. The 6 is doing the same preps and is kind of on the upswing like Glass Slippers did last year. So I know somebody out there is going to be like, well, it's Del Mar, it's not Keeneland, different. It is. But I can't leave it off the ticket because of that. When I see that, I have to play it. So I'm going to go, I'm going to play the 6 there. I'm going to fade the 1. Repeat champ will make money. He'll take money. For the same reason I'm going with the 6, where, listen, if they did it last year in those preps and they came here and won, why not?
Yeah.
Kind of the same route, sort of the same route. So I'm going to go 3, 4, 6.
All right. AJ, who do you have?
Well, I'd be doing myself a disservice if I didn't take Extravagant Kid.
Yep. Yes, you would.
I mean, it's locked on my ticket. I have to do it. Our history together, of course.
Vic Stoffer will attest to this.
Yeah, I mean, even if I didn't like the horse in the race, I got to take it. And I don't overly love Extravagant Kid here, but what are you gonna do? Got to do it. So I am gonna go there. Golden Pal, I was on 11 months ago in January when we were talking about this 3-year-old crop. I like this horse. Watching it run in New York and Saratoga. So I got to go there. I can't do that. And I'm with you on the 6 as well, in case of you. When you look at the numbers, the way this horse has improved the last 3 races, looks like it's just about to explode to a massive effort here. So I'll go the 6. I'll take Extravagant Kid and I'll take Golden Pal. Lieutenant Dan concerns me just because I don't think any of those wins matter to me because I just think they've been against shitty horses. That's my only. I looked at it and I seen it. That would be my one knock against him, as I just didn't favor his competition as much as the 3 wins.
All right.
Do you wish Lane Way was in the race?
Oh, I'd love to see Lane Way. Prior run a 50-second 5 furlong.
Right. All right. I went 3 deep is here. I am throwing in Lieutenant Dan. He's really improved. All right. Tough for me not to play him, but I am with you guys on the 6 here, but something that is a big question mark is how this horse will perform on a firm track. That has been a big concern with that horse. I am playing it though for the price, 8-1. Like Randy said, has beaten Glass Slippers 2 times this year so far. Just seems to be racing better and better. But if it's going to be a firm track, we'll see how this horse does.
Well, it's going to be a firm track. I mean,
yeah. And the 2,
odds are good.
Emirati in at 5-1, coming off of a strong, a tough win really, in that Betfair Sprint, and showed just a lot of growth in running style. And this horse is 5 years old, and this last half of his 5-year-old career, I think, has just really shown some great improvements. So coming over here at 5 furlongs, he's dropping back 2-5. His last race was 6. I'm going to take him 5-1. So I did 2, 4, 6.
2, 4, 6.
Yes.
All right, there it is.
Very good.
So those are our picks for the Grade 1 Turf Sprint.
Sorry.
Justin, do you have any other horse you're excited to watch this weekend?
In the juvenile turf on Friday, I like 2 horses a lot. I like modern what is that horse? The horse on the rail in the 10th. I'll give you
Modern Games. Yeah.
Modern Games. Yeah. Yep. I really like Modern Games. And I like the Doug O'Neill horse, McKinnon, as well. Yeah. That horse had a big trip in his last, and he finished like a freight train and galloped out huge all the way around to the backside before Hernandez pulled him up. And so I'm gonna play that exacta heavy, and I know it's a wild race because it's 14 juveniles on the turf, on a tight turf course. But I'm gonna hope to get lucky on those 2, and those will be A's in all my multi-race bets. And I'm also gonna play against. My other big opinion on Friday is to play against Jack Christopher.
Oof, yeah.
Because I think, he won a 1-turn mile at Belmont, which is different than a 2-turn mile and a 16th at Del Mar. He has Munnings on the top, and he's by a half hour's mare, and both of those say sprint to a mile max. And so I'm hoping that, and in his last race at Belmont, I thought he was getting, now he's cut out fast fractions, but I thought he was getting a little weary late. I didn't love the way he finished. And so I'm going to try to beat him with a couple prices on Friday in the Breeders' Cup Juvenile.
That's exactly what I'm doing. I'm going against Jack Christopher. I think could possibly be a ballsy play, but there's a few. I have 3 horses that I've liked in that race. One is going to be an
Are you gonna put this
interesting.
in? Because.
No, I'm not saying much. I'm not saying much, but one is interesting as this horse has yet to break his maiden.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
But
gotcha.
we'll see. It's gonna be quite the field.
Oh, and by the way, speaking of a extravagant kid, AJ, just so I can tell you, I sent a message to Vic, and Vic said, I said, good luck at the beat, because he's on the Breeders' Cup Championship thing there. And I said, good luck in the BCBC. And I said, if you need any advice, AJ is just a phone call away. And he wrote, how frightening.
Yeah.
Solid response.
All in. All right. Well, Justin, thanks for coming on. It's good to meet you. We'll have to get you on another
Yeah,
show
we'll get
as
on the
well.
show, Justin. Yeah, well,
Yeah, no, I had a lot of fun. Reach out, please, anytime you need or want a guest that digs into trip notes. Please reach out to me. I had a lot of fun. Thanks for having me.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
be
Good luck
careful what
this
you ask
weekend.
for.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah,
Yeah.
you got it, guys. Good luck. Good luck.
thank you. Thanks,
Bye.
Justin. All right. And here he is. One of the clowns here. You know him from the Off the Rails show and always on the Triple Clowns. And that's right. It's Hollywood Tom from Tom and Tom Racing. The man who's too big for his britches, apparently. and we will go in big time. Big time, Tom.
Big time talk.
Tom, what's up, man? Thanks. I don't know if he's
Well,
thank
I
you
don't know if
for
I'm too
coming.
big. You put me in the big ass dirt mile when you said, hey, we're going to be talking about big asses. I thought we were talking about something else, not a horse race, but
Yeah.
or is it saying something about me that I'm a big ass? You know, being too big for my britches. But thanks for having me up, guys.
Yeah, well, listen, just remember you are a big ass. But AJ will always be a bigger ass.
He will
So,
take that title.
Is he? Well, when is he going to start singing "I love big asses"? And I cannot lie. That's
I like big butts, and I cannot lie. Give a little respect to Sir
Sir
Mix-a-Lot,
Mix-a-Lot.
please.
Oh, please.
Oh boy. No, well, this is great day. I was up at Parks, saw the first race, repping Degen Nation, the clowns shaking hands, talking to trainers, owners, jockeys, seeing what we can do for them, what they can do for us. So always repping, even on whatever today is, a Wednesday during the day. Kenrick came in with a easy winner on the favorite. So I'm here. We're going to talk about the big ass dirt mile, which I think is one of the easiest races of the day. You want me to be the leadoff hitter here?
start it off, brother.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm not going to try to be cute here. There's a lot of races that I think we could see some prices. This is not one of them. This is a race that it should play out how it's going to play out. And that's with the favorites. I'm not going to try to get a foreign horse here or anything. I'm going to give you 3 horses, and it's going to be my trifecta. I think that I'd be silly, obvious, to take out Life is Good. Todd is the man. I know a lot of people, not mentioning any names, but he might be a clown, said he's not a great California trainer, but I don't think that matters. I like Life is Good before the Derby, before he couldn't go in the Derby. It's a good horse. And hey, you know what? I'm Hollywood Tom. Life is good. That's my motto. I think that he's got great speed. He's got excellent workout the other day. I was reading somebody online, and they said, oh, well, he's shipping cross country. You know what? Horses don't know time zones. They don't know that. I think that was one of the most asinine comments that I've seen for trying to break down this race. Life is Good is definitely going to be on my ticket. Great speed. Another horse that I would be remiss to take off of my ticket is Silver State. Silver State came in second in the Parks Dirt Mile, right up the street here. Unfortunately, he finished second to Mind Control, another Fletcher horse. But Silver State, that's another horse that I've been following. Shout out to Gas Station Suchi, Silver State, Nevada. Love Gas. It was nice enough to host us at his Kentucky Derby party. So hopefully he will be joining us in the next couple weeks. But Silver State, a lot of people are giving Steve a hard time lately. He did not have the greatest Keeneland meet. You know what? I think that's nonsense. Silver State's a good horse. He's definitely going to be on my ticket. And the third horse is Ginobili. Talk about a horse that loves to run at this track. This horse I think Dick has put him on a layoff primarily for this race. The horse, I think, what he finished all, but he won that Pat O'Brien easily. It's this race is rather simple, I think, and I'm going 1-3-5.
Yeah. Well, what do you have?
All right. Well, I'm going heavy on Ginobili. I'll say it right off the bat. I'm going heavy on it. Horse for the course, obviously. Just looks great. It just looks like the horse is peaking. I always want to poke holes in Silver State. I really do. I want to be like, mile, is that your best distance? Okay, you won at Belmont. Okay, it's a whole different track. That mile at Belmont than it is here. But the horse just wins. Santana is
all but one out of 13 times he's finishing the money.
Yeah, I mean,
all but one of them.
Yeah, I mean, he's, it's hard to disregard him. Seemed like he was ducking at first. Got beat by Nick Sko, didn't look good there. But that was a mile and an eighth. I mean, I don't know. But I'm going to put him in a ticket. And I'm going to fade Life is Good. I think we're making way too much of a big deal about this horse that we thought was going to be great. Jackie's Warrior just, smacked him that time. And listen, Jackie Warrior is going to be a big bet of mine in the thing coming up. And that's nothing to be shake a stick at that you got beat by Jackie's Warrior. I'm going to try to fade him here. I'll probably put him on a ticket, but I do think it's a 3-horse race with what you said, Tom. Definitely. And that's it.
So you playing 1-3-5?
I might have enough money. I will, but I'll go 1-3 and fade. Life is Good.
1-3. All right. Fading Life is Good. AJ, who do you like?
I'm not going to fade Life is Good, but he's going to be there. That win in the Kelso was so unimpressive. So very unimpressive in that 4-horse field. And the
Kentucky Derby winner.
Okay, well, I'm talking about the Kelso, dude. Not when he was back with Baffert, 8 months ago. I'm talking about right now. And I just said I'm gonna have him on the ticket. So before I even started, you came at me for no reason. So that being said, that
by the way, everybody looking for off the rail where you can see these guys talk to each other.
So what I'm saying is going into this race, I don't think you leave him off the ticket, but if you're going to try exotics, you can beat him. Because I don't think he's a world beater. I don't think 4-5 is right, because that 4-horse field he beat at the Kelso was abysmally bad. Fort Peck and W Blessed, you're lucky if you'll ever hear those names again up there in Naira. I mean, the Fort Peck came back and got 8th in another stakes race. I mean, he's not a good horse.
I think they're running at Finger Lake. So yeah, I agree.
Yeah. I mean, that field is terrible. So when you see him win by 5 lengths at a mile, which is great if you're trying to beat him, because he might get even more money, because when you look at what he's done the last couple of times, and he beat Medina and he finished by a neck to Jackie's, yada. I don't want to leave him off the ticket because he still might be a pretty good horse, because it's only his 3rd time running since the layoff and leaving, in Pletcher's barn. That being said, Ginobili, by far the best, I think, in this race. If I'm going to single any horse in a sequence, I am leaning towards Ginobili right now, being one of those singles. If you're going to go deeper elsewhere, the whole structure might change. But Ginobili is on a tear, and he's on a tear at Del Mar, which is huge. Because guess where we're running? We're running at Del Mar. And at 4-1, love it. I'm with Randy where I always kind of want to pick holes into Silver State's game. That being said, when he ran at Saratoga in the Whitney without Lasix, did not look great. Came back, won at Parks with Lasix. And he won the Met Mile without Lasix as well. But there's something about this horse I just don't want to trust. And me being a Naira guy, I watched him crush at Oaklawn Park, and then came up to, I'm beat by my standards and mischievous Alex, who are good milers, I guess, but not great. And then when he went against the top of the top and Nick's going Maxfield, they got kind of killed. That being said, I'm going to go back to an oldie as a long shot in this race. Can anybody guess who it is?
Snapper?
It is 8 Rings.
I was gonna say 8 rings. Yeah.
I'm going to give him a shot because he might not take money, but he has been training very well. Granted at Santa Anita, and we are at Del Mar. But look, we all talked very critical of Dr. Scheibel when he won the Bing Crosby, came back and then won again. 8 Rings, I think, might be a competitor in this. And if you're looking to get a price, because there's not a lot of prices to get here, it's Ginobili, Life is Good, or Silver State. Realistically, if you're looking for a price to throw in there, I think it's 8 Rings.
Yeah, that's not bad. I kind of
Training like a monster. We saw him that day actually training.
Yeah.
AJ, because the vertical threat was the one that ran another 58 and he was faster. So 8 Rings.
Yeah, I don't
training
think I
awful.
kind of looked at 8 rings a bit too. But
Stafford trained his horses really hard, so not surprising.
Yeah.
But yeah, 8 Rings, go back to form. We're waiting for it.
we'll see. All right, I have the exact same picks as Tom. I would play Ginobili on top, but I am taking Silver State, and then of course Life is Good. If
That's
you
my
just
picks too.
feel like, well,
You can
you're
take Life
trying
is
to
Good.
fade
Yeah.
Life is Good. But yeah, I just think those might be the 3 best horses in this field. And it's funny that people are questioning Life is Good coming back. I mean, Life is Good destroyed Del Mar and his maiden. They went to Santa Anita, is shipped to Saratoga, where he got second to a neck to Jackie's Warrior, and then went to Belmont to win.
So Baffert as a 2-year-old, right? Baffert as a 2-year-old, and he destroyed it at Del Mar. Wow, that's weird. Well, that makes him a great horse.
No, but I think this horse is,
Well, the
He
argument you
buys-
have as a 3-year-old is the Jackie's Warrior race,
yeah,
which I think is a legit argument.
Yeah,
That's why I would not leave it off either. Yeah.
yeah, right, exactly. So 1, 3, 5, like I said, depending on how I play it, I would play the 3 on top.
And a quick correction, AJ, Silver State didn't win at Parks, ran second.
Thank you. No, he lost to mind control.
Yeah,
No.
What I said. Did I
You
say
said he
that?
won
he
at
didn't have the
Parks.
greatest break.
He won it. You said
I
he won.
feel
it.
like
No, I was talking about the Whitney. I didn't say anything about Parks.
Yeah.
Yeah, you did, but it's okay.
No, I said
That's
he
okay.
won at Belmont in the Met Mile, and then got smoked by Nick
It's
Sco
okay.
and Max.
It's on tape. You might
Go to
not
the tape. Go to the tape. I don't
okay,
think
it's
I
okay.
mentioned anything. I did not
Okay.
say Parks.
It's all
one time.
right.
To
AJ.
the
I
tape.
didn't
All right.
though.
You did. I
I
didn't
was
want to be
referring
rude
to the
and
Met
interrupt you.
Mile. I never said anything about Parks.
Tom, is there any other race you're looking forward to this weekend?
Of course, the Classic. I think that's gonna be a fun race, and a couple of the juveniles, because we're seeing so many horses now that are being retired to stud at 3 and 4, and hopefully if we are lucky enough to see some of these juveniles, might be running for a few years. So it's going to be, I think as we discussed on the show, a couple shows, that not 100% jazzed up for the entire card, but it will have its peaks and valleys this year.
Yeah, I agree. I'm kind of leaning more towards the horses coming over from Europe and Japan. I'm excited to see how some of these Japan horses do. I think my picks, at least for Saturday, are pretty heavy on these horses that are coming in.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
It's a good.
Absolutely.
I still don't know what everyone's talking about. You're not jazzed up for this card. I am stoked for this card. I mean, I finally get to see Bella Sophia and Gamine. I get to see EQ versus Nick Sco. I'm interested in every single one that's happening. I don't know why you're not jazzed up.
Yeah. Well, I just think it could end up being chalk heavy.
Well, is it ever though?
No, that's the thing.
No,
I feel like
Breeders'
this
Cup
year
is
has
fun.
more-
How to throw
I feel like this year has
loose.
more of a chance, but
Yeah,
but it's an interesting thing what you said before we go real quick. When you said, like, when you look at these juveniles and things like that, I wonder if that's what's going on with horse racing, that they're losing momentum, because like, what are we going to see? These 2-year-olds going to run another year if they're good?
and then that's it.
And that's-
I certainly hope not, and that's kind of my hope that we won't. It's kind of like just watching a minor league baseball player grow into oh wow, I saw him at AAA, now he's in the majors. That's what I consider these juveniles, but I'm hoping they're not going to be retiring at 4 and 5, unfortunately. But that's what we're saying. And
Well, I mean, we're losing,
Yeah, that's
we're
the
losing,
trend.
how many
Well-
this year that are 3-year-olds?
Real quick too, I do think if you had a governing body that was able to say a horse cannot retire to stud until after 4,
They just,
and that's a whole different conversation for a
But
whole
they
different
would-
day.
yeah, I know, but
but-
they would sit out for the 3-year-old year. They would just sit out.
yeah,
But yeah, if
Yeah.
after I mean, but would you get the better fee after just winning the juvenile when we all know the juvenile is not necessarily the end all tell all for those? I think if you had the body that we've been talking about for a long time, and obviously this is no way going down kind of with the breeders. I mean, it's about them. What I'm saying is if you had the body
Yeah.
that regulated everything, like we want them to regulate the medications, we want them to regulate everything in horse racing, whether it be from a gambling aspect or even what's going on. Do you think someone's going to run it too if they have the champion and then not go to at least the Derby? Where
Well, they'll go three. I'm not saying-
that breeding that money could double just by winning the Derby?
Well, no one's gonna say they're retiring at 3 years old. We're saying 4 years old.
That's what I'm
Right.
saying. If you had a rule where you couldn't retire a horse to stud and make money off it, and there's a lot of regulations that go into it, but if you had a one body that regulated everything that said a horse can't retire to stud until 4 years old, or until after,
Before, that's what they
after,
do,
no,
though.
okay,
yeah, and that's
after his
After a
4-year-old,
4-year-old
after
career,
his
is what
Five,
you're
so
saying.
five.
After 4.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, but
Yep.
they,
So-
there's ways of, you know what they'd have to do now thinking about it, because they would just sit out for the year and they'd have the same amount of money. They would just be like, okay, we won't stud. We just say the horse is like lame.
I don't.
It
I
would-
think you'd see
it
a
would-
lot,
it would
a bigger
actually-
drop in money, and
No,
that
you
would
give
win.
them, here's what you do. You give an incentive from the breeders.
if you're
to
running
do
at 4.
That's what I'm saying. But this all stems from a
It's a
governing body to make these regulations,
Right.
and that's how it happened.
I mean,
Yeah.
this is a show in itself. I mean, this
Yeah,
is,
that's what I
Yeah,
mean. I
exactly.
like
That's a whole
this is the
nother
Breeders'
thing.
Cup show. Let's not get into that.
You know,
Yeah.
it's I think why a lot of people like Snapper in this big ass dirt mile. He's 6 years old. He's I think he's the as the kids say, the sexy choice, and maybe one of the reasons is because he's been around the block a time or two.
Yeah.
I don't think he's going to win, but if he does win, I'm not going to be. He's the old man of the field.
Yeah, going back to dirt. I thought that's where AJ was going when he said that.
So did I.
Yeah, I did. I thought he was
Which
going
one?
there. Snapper Sinclair.
So did I.
Oh no.
Well, guys, thanks for having me on. I know you guys are taping a lot. Just Tuesday, AJ and I do something that not many other people do. I don't think anybody's breaking down Parks cards, Delaware cards, Woodbine, Delta Downs. We do off the rail on Tuesday nights at 7. Everybody does the big tracks. AJ and I do the small tracks. Every once in a while, we even hit for a big ticket. So
Where are we going
that-
Tuesday?
I haven't decided yet.
Okay,
We'll see how we did at Parks today.
fair
We'll
enough.
see how we did
Good
at Parks
point.
today. Maybe we'll hit Woodbine. But no, guys, I'll let you get going. I know you've got a full slate of people to interview. Appreciate you having me on and looking forward to this getting released.
All right.
Yes. Good luck. Good luck, Tom. Thanks for jumping on.
All right. Talk to you guys
Hey,
later.
Tom.
Good luck. All right. Bye.
Good job. All right, so here we are, race 7, back again with Rich Bieglmeier. We're excited for that. You can find him on Horse Racing Radar. Yeah, so we're back for Saturday. And go ahead, Sarah, what are we doing here?
We're going into race 7, the grade 1, Maker's Mark, Filly and Mare Turf, 1 mile and 3/8, $2 million at stake. Rich, who do you like here?
Well, I'm going to start with the 4-horse Love. Love has been off to a kind of a slow start in 2021 after just blitzing Europe in 2020. But it looks like in her last race, she got back into form. But even when you look at the 2021 races where she's finished third, no worse than third, she's done so against the likes of Misriff, who is an incredible horse. If that horse, and that's a male, so she's been running against the males and losing to the males, coming in second or third. She's not going to face any males here, hence the name fillies and mares. So I would expect that you see the horse back in form. It's going to look a lot more like it looked in 2020 than in 2021. And when you look at this, she's finished, like I said, no worse than third, but I see that she's had some very strong runs on Europe on a good track. And again, as I mentioned for yesterday's race, when you're looking at those European horses, you want to make sure that they've run well when they get a good track. Some of them respond better on the softer surface. Number 7, Warlike Goddess. I mean, what can you say? The horse has run 7 times, won 6 of them. She's won all 3 at the distance by at least 2 1/4 lengths, running away from everybody at the end of the race. And she's the only horse in the field, notwithstanding the European horses that don't come with speed figures, but she's the only horse in the field to run a speed figure above par for the last race, in her last race above par for this level, which is a pretty good angle. Number 12, Daria. I'm a little worried about this one, but it is the defending champion, I believe. Last year, she won at roughly 18-1 odds. She's been racing on very soft conditions in France and England. The only good footing race she got since last year's Breeders' Cup was her first race this year in 2021, where she finished second to my top pick, Love, by just 3/4 of a length. And finally, we talked about in the first race about how the pace can make the race for, what was his name, Bubbles Boy or something like that, but Bubble Boy. But in this race, going to Vegas could make good on that horse racer's adage of pace makes race. This horse should get to the lead, do so pretty easily. And I think only Love is the only other horse in the field that might even try to catch up with Going to Vegas. And if Going to Vegas, you can watch the fractions. If it's on the lead and that opening half is in 47.5 seconds or more, I think she'll be very difficult to catch. So those are my 4 horses.
Wow.
All
What do you
right.
like?
Yeah, and I'll say go to Vegas. I was at all her races actually because and I watched her run, and she's tough in the lead. She's a tough horse. She's a nice horse to watch. Doesn't have great numbers, tough in the lead, and they've been waiting for this distance. Oddly enough, it's really strange. Yeah, going to Vegas, that's a good call. I'm gonna go just too deep if I can find my thing right here, and I'm gonna go fade Love here, but I'm gonna go with Love because all we need is Love, and it's gonna be Love's Only You, the Japanese horse, in the 8 hole here. And if you look, this horse, sorry guys, but it got beat by a really good horse by a half a length. And we're talking about the best horse in the world in Mischief.
Mm-hmm.
A horse that would come over and beat Nick's Go for fun, backpedaling. This horse was beat by a half a length. Let's not forget this. Went there and beat by a half a horse by a super horse. So I'm going to go with that. And also, if you just look, I just think this horse is, right there enough. Class. So I love this horse here. I also am going to go with the, I have to find my things here because I wanted to say that a lot and I forgot who else I was going to use. I did maybe play Love in this race as well. If I'm going to go deep, let me find out. Oh, here it is. I also played the 4, Rogier, I believe, Roger. Not French, but it sounds like it would be that. If you look, this horse is basically right off of being 4 in a row. And I think we'll actually like this track a little bit. I think we'll like the added distance a little bit. So I'm going with a hard luck horse, going to come over and do really well. So I'm going to go 4-8. If I have the money, I'd go 4-6-8, but just put me down for 4-8.
All right. AJ, who do you like?
Well, Randy stole my thunder, so I don't even know what I'm talking about. I like the 4, and I loved the 8. Loved the 8. That was actually my top choice. Warlike Goddess, I'm going to keep on my 10, and I'm not going to talk about it anymore because that too I'm putting on top in this race. I also like Warlike Goddess. I've tried to bet against this horse, and I got smoked. So that being said, I'm going to go with the horse I tried to beat against Warlike Goddess, and that's My Sister Nat for a price. There's something about this horse that I've seen a bunch of times, and look, it's lost to Warlike Goddess in 2 of the last 3 races. The one time it wasn't there, finally got that win that it might need this year to give it that extra added confidence. Ran its biggest speed figure in its life last time out in that grade 3 mile and 3/8. Yeah, I'll take a shot there too with the 9.
All right, 4, 8, 9 for you. I went 3 deep as well. 7, Warlike Goddess playing it. Loves Only You, 8. This horse is just unbelievable. Not only like Randy has brought up half a length to Mishriff, but barely got second to Japan superstar Sodashi.
Half a length is a neck.
Yeah, has been just dominating some tough horses. Coming over here, I'm excited to see how Love's Only You runs. I also am taking Love as well. This horse got third to Adaya and Mishriff, which those are 2 extremely tough horses overseas and has beaten Ayudara. So Love, I have to play this horse. And I was thinking about this, throwing in this long shot here.
The 11.
What'd you say?
The 11.
No.
Oh, damn it.
I'm going with this horse because Joe said definitely keep an eye out for this horse. I'm going with the 5, Queen Supreme, 20-1 as my long shot here. I'm just kind of taking Joe's word for it, as this is a horse coming from South Africa. They had their eyes on coming to the Breeders' Cup. They mean business.
Yeah, because it takes a lot of effort to get a horse to the Breeders' Cup from South Africa. There's a lot of stuff that goes involved, more than other things, which
They're just coming to party. They're not coming.
Yeah.
That's all, actually. Yeah. But so those are
I agree with you guys on the 4 and the 8, love only, but the horse does have a tendency to hang late in a lot of races too. So that concerned me about that horse. I had it as my 5th choice. And then as far as Roger is concerned, or Rogier, or however you want to pronounce that one, it is just a neck and a head away from being undefeated in the last 4, but all of those were on heavy or soft conditions. And if you look back in the lone, rewind back to the lone good effort, it was the 2nd worst race that the horses run. So I was a little bit concerned about that, but the recent form, if it takes to the fast and firm surface out there in Southern California, then I think it can win that race too. This one is, I think, is wide open as the other race that we covered.
I thought for sure Sarah was going dog tag, because I actually, at 30-1, you're not going to get 30-1. You'll probably get 50, and I will place a small win bet on that horse because.
Well, if you watch
I
Going to
think
Vegas' last race,
I
dog
think
was the one that chased Going to Vegas and kind of was closing. But Go to Vegas gets game. She gets game.
But you're going to get 50, 60-1 on that horse.
Well, that's what I'm saying. If you're playing.
Oh yeah, I
It's
will.
Not a
I
bad
will
play
be.
to do that. Even a 1-play show bet on dog tag.
I wouldn't.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
we'll see.
So that was our picks.
Last time I made an argument like that, Hot Rod Charlie went all the way around. So you can lock in the horse right now as the winner. Dog
Right.
tag. It's not a loser. It's a lock.
Well, Rich, thanks for jumping on our show, giving us picks for 2 strong races, kind of put you to the test there. I think these are tough races.
There indeed.
Absolutely. Rich, always a pleasure, buddy.
Yep.
It's my pleasure. Have a great Breeders' Cup. You guys going to go there? Or?
You too.
We think so. We'll
we
be doing
think
something. Okay, so what's coming on with you for the Breeders' Cup? You doing any special shows or anything? You doing live or anything?
We might go live on Friday and Saturday. Terry's in at Del Mar, so we might have some on the scene reporting from Terry.
Oh, nice. Then you
That'll
have
be
to
nice.
go live.
So tell everybody out there where you're going live so they know.
We'll be live on Horse Racing Radar TV for the Breeders' Cup races on YouTube. So you can check that out if you go to Racing Radar on Twitter or Facebook. Sean will be socializing, as I call it, when we go live. So he'll announce when we're going to hit it. So if you like us on Facebook, that also, right, it lets you know when it goes live. I'm not much of a social media guy. I'm too old for that stuff. You know what I'm saying?
I do.
He says the
I
same
do.
thing.
Because we are. That's why.
That's it. I mean, it's truthful. It's like wearing skinny jeans at 55. What are you doing?
Yeah, exactly.
yeah.
I mean, listen, when you went to college and you didn't have social media, one time you graduated, why would you ever go to it?
Well,
Just
that's
what it
just
is.
how it is.
Yeah. All right. Thank you, Rich.
Thanks, Rich.
Thanks.
Rich.
Good luck. And may all your picks end up in the winner's circle.
Yeah,
Yes.
so you as
I
well.
hope so.
All right. And this is AJ, you can say it.
Probably the best guess we've had so far.
Absolutely. There you go. Best guess we have had so far.
Are you leading with the sprint? Is that the joke?
No, we're not, but we're doing the sprint, everybody out there.
We
Yes,
are.
you know, we are going to do the sprint with our main man, Ed Derosa, from, what do we say now when this comes out? This will be by then. It
It's
should
coming
be.
out tomorrow. So Twin Spires is
Still Twin Spires in transition. I'm in the transfer portal.
All right,
Nice.
so Ed Derosa's in transition as we speak. We'll use that as a sound clip at some point. But no, thank you, Ed. Always a fan of the show, friend of ours. Ed, thanks for coming on. Well, I know you don't have much time, but this one should be easy. It's the sprint.
Yes. Race 8, the
It
sprint.
is.
Ed, who do you like here?
I like Jackie's Warrior. This is not overly creative. Unfortunately, Breeders' Cup's definitely a day you kind of go in wanting to find prices. But the flip side of that is you actually do look for them and give a little time to trying to beat the favorites. But this was just one, the more I looked, the more Jackie's Warrior just seemed invincible, maybe too strong of a word, but I think at 6-5, he's actually a fair price. I think he wins this race more often than not. So that means 6-5 is value. And when you look at his running style, I mean, he can be on the lead, but he can also press horses like Life is Good and go on with it and hold off Following C. And all those two did after they lost to Jackie's Warrior were go on to win impressively in other races. So it just seems like however you handicap races, Jackie's Warrior comes out on top.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Jackie's Warrior, I mean, I know there's an award for it, but might be the most impressive horse this year, honestly, with what this horse has done.
Yeah, I got into a little bit of trouble on Twitter for suggesting Latruska doesn't deserve Horse of the Year if she wins the Distaff. And, obviously the Classic, the award goes through there. I think if Knicks Go or Essential Quality wins, but to me, Jackie's Warrior, what he's done in the sprint division, if he were to win the Breeders' Cup, would be more impressive than Latruska. I mean, he's just had a fantastic year.
I cannot
Say it
agree more,
now.
Ed. I've been saying it for a while. I was mad because we heard they went after you, and I had
we
your
heard
back.
you got de-roasted.
I got roasted, which I do like that. That was clever.
Yeah. I was
Yeah.
like, that's perfect. But yes, Rainey has been on the same bandwagon with you about
100%.
Latruska for a while now, and he's gotten a little bit of heat from that as well.
You know what? And I'm glad he said it because that's why, because Ed has balls to say things that other people won't. And I do too. Because if he was afraid, we'd have to call him the rotisserie.
Rotisserie home. You
Oh
tried.
man,
I was
That
going
would
there.
make
My
me a
brain was
chicken.
working. That was pretty good.
that's pretty good.
Oh yeah. Okay.
I wish I had a comeback because that's really clever.
But no, I'm going the same way. This ain't gonna take long for me. Jackie's Warrior all day long. No one else has a shot. This horse is I think this horse, if this horse went to the mile, it'd be scary. I mean, this horse is that good.
Yeah.
And this horse is that
No, I mean he was 4-5 against Essential Quality last year in what's turned out to be a stacked juvenile. Obviously, this is more his game. Essential Quality is going to be one of the favorites for the Classic, but he runs early and still comes home fast late. It's tough to beat sprinters like that.
Exactly. I don't think the sprinters are that foul. Somebody got a foul called on them. I don't think sprinters are,
There's a live race going on.
I don't think the sprinters are that tough this year either. I think this is a weaker field, and I think Jackie's Warriors is just a stud, and he's going to win.
He is. No.
That's it.
Yep.
Yeah, the big question I guess I would ask you, like, you're as bettors, we're not supposed to get excited about short prices, but I would bet him at 6-5. Would you?
Yeah, I mean, if you're going to give me 6-5, yeah, on $1, yeah. Well, I mean, how could you not? If you're going to put $100 on a horse and make easy money, this would be the race, I think, of all of them. But I don't think this horse is going to go off 6-5.
No, that's the issue. Yeah.
Yeah,
1-2.
Yeah,
Yeah, I was gonna say 1-1, 1-2.
yeah. Even money would be a
1-2 might be a good price on him, to be real.
Yeah.
Like it's probably going to be 1-9. Let's be real.
I'm
Right. Why?
interested to see what AJ has to say because I know there's another horse in this field for a price that you like.
All right.
Are you
There's-
like-
Two.
Wet my whistle for this.
yeah.
There's two, and one is getting zero love, and it's the only horse in this race, I think, and one of the longest shots on the board, which I think we're forgetting about what this horse did in the Vanderbilt, and the fact that when it came back to the 4-go and would have probably won that race, but damn near fell out of the gate. And that's a horse at 20-1, who the last time this horse was 20-1 on the morning line, this horse came in at 34-1. That is the 7 Lexingtonian. Let's please not forget about this horse.
Oh, that's weird because it
20 to
was the
1
same amount of lengths that he lost by in his last race, 34.
Did you watch the last race? He fell out of the gate.
34, 1.5 lengths.
Didn't he? Like, yeah, because when you fall out of the gate and Lezcano nearly goes head over heels over the horse, yeah, you don't end up finishing that race.
Jackie's Warrior could have the jockey fall off, jump back on, and still get beat by less than 30.
Not a
Well, I
You
will
can go
say,
ahead. If you want,
I don't want to
back
talk
and-
you off 20 to 1. I have an issue with him not having really run a race since July, though. But 20 to 1, what you don't need much.
What I'm saying is, in this race, if you're looking for prices, there's 2 double-digit prices I think we're forgetting about. And Jackie's Warrior
The other.
will win this race. But guess what, guys? What did Ryan Dickey tell us? We got to make money underneath in trifectas and exactas.
All right.
And right now, if I'm playing a trifecta, I'm picking 2 horses to either compete with Jackie's Warrior and win this race, and I will play Lexingtonian in any parimutuel, any sideways wagers I'm going to play because I think this horse is going to shock us all.
All right. Yeah.
The other horse underneath, you got to play, and I cannot believe we're not talking about this horse. It's Frenzy Fire, guys. Come on.
Heat.
This horse,
Heat.
this horse damn near killed another horse on the track. What fight that Frenzy Fire has in him. If anybody's going to beat him, Frenzy Fire will drag that horse to the ground before he lets that horse beat him.
This
Gotta catch
explains
him.
why you have quotes on analyst on your shirt. Kind of like when my wife says I'm a cook
Yeah.
when I reheat pizza.
Frenzy Fire will go to the grave, tearing a horse down with it before it lets it beat him. Let's
Hey,
go.
you-
10 to 1.
You gotta like that competitiveness for sure.
Woo. All right. Well,
Okay.
heating it up. So AJ is playing 2-7-6. Some prices coming in.
I think you could make money underneath here because I think
You
everybody
can
else is
make
just the
money
rest of the
underneath.
field.
Yes. There is money to be made underneath. With that being said, obviously I'm taking Jackie's Warrior. The only other horse I thought about, I would try is Special Reserve. I think how I see this race playing out is obviously Jackie's going to the lead, followed by Matera Sky. I feel like Matera Sky falters, and for some reason Jackie's Warrior falters as well. I think
Probably Frenzy Fire grabbing his,
the only
tearing him
one
down.
that could pick up the pieces is kind of reaching in the dark. I feel like if Jackie's Warrior not winning this race, but a horse to play on my underneath. 2-8.
Yeah, it's like, but for,
Jackie's goes to the lead. Frenzy
2-8,
Fire
huh?
tears him down. Lexingtonian wins. I mean,
okay.
that's what
First
it
of
is.
all, it's going to be like,
All right.
like I used to.
That would be a shocker.
It's like the fast kids used to tell me in hockey when I'd say I was going to like kick their ass, and then they'd say, "You got to catch me first." And that's what this is going to be. You can want to bite them all you want, but you got to catch them first to bite them.
Well, you can. I mean, first furlong. There.
Go after the tail.
Yeah.
That would be funny. There it is.
There it is. That's
All
our
right.
sprint. Nothing crazy, nothing too
No, not for me.
exciting.
Well.
But
J-Dub on top for me. Jackie's Warrior.
yeah,
The deuce.
All right, so everybody out there, remember, Ed Derosa is in a transition right now, so keep following him because he's a little have a different something going on a little bit. I just totally made it out like he was turning into a woman.
I know.
Yeah,
I know.
that's.
I
He's
mean,
transitioning to Horse Racing Nation. That's no secret.
yeah,
It's out
no,
on
I'm
Twitter.
gonna say because now just follow him on his Twitter, which is
EJXD2.
EJX.
We'll have some fun.
Great
We'll
bourbon.
talk about Horse of the Year.
Absolutely, I got your back. I already told you.
All
I
right.
have your
Yeah.
back on that. I think that's silly. Me and Chip will fight about this all the time, but it's what it is.
That's what it is.
Well,
Yeah.
thanks for having me on.
All right, thanks for
Ed,
coming on, Ed.
Thanks for jumping on. I know you had a tight schedule, so we appreciate you working us into your day, and good luck this weekend.
All right, and to you as well. Look forward to your dispatches.
All
Yeah.
right.
See ya.
See ya. All right, and Ryan Dickey is back. There he is.
Welcome.
unbelievable. Yeah, he had to come back.
Right.
It's really weird. It's a couple hours after, and he's back. Ryan Dickey is back, and we're going to go over the BC Mile.
Yes, we got race 9 on Saturday, the grade 1 FanDuel Breeders' Cup Mile, $2 million at stake. And surprise, this is a mile.
Yeah.
On the
Who would have thought?
crazy.
I
On the
know.
grass. It's
I'm
on the
just blowing
grass.
everybody's mind. Yep, on the turf. Ryan, who do you like here?
Well, because if it were on the dirt, it would be the big ass dirt mile.
That's true.
It's not the big ass dirt
No,
mile.
it's
It's
just
the,
the
it's the
FanDuel
little
one.
ass.
Do you think
little
they
ass.
should sponsor this one? So it's like the big grass fan turf mile.
The big ass grass fan.
Big ass grass fan?
Big grass fan.
Big grass ass.
Big grass ass
Yes.
Maybe. I
Yeah.
mean, there's always room for
Big ass
advertising.
grass.
Just trying to improve the
There's a-
Breeders' Cup. That's all we're trying to do.
Yeah, I mean, we have their best interest in our mind.
I know, exactly. If you're out there
the-
watching, email us for more ideas.
Right. Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
This race, this is a tough one. This is really, really a tough one. If you look at this edition that was run in 2017 at Del Mar, World Approval was the favorite, won the race. If you look at last year's running at Keeneland, Order of Australia won at like 73-1. So it was a big, huge long shot. I think this race sets up well for a horse that can get out to the lead and hold that lead. And for that reason, my top pick is going to be number 10, Blowout. I think Blowout for Chad Brown has proven that can get out front, stay out front. She can definitely hold off these other rivals here. I don't see too many other real speed horses here. So I'm going to go with the 10 Blowout to win. But this is a race that is perfect for betting trifectas. And like I said, the trifectas in these Breeders' Cup races when they were at Del Mar last time were outstanding. Even though World of Approval won this race in 2017 as a favorite, the 50-cent trifecta paid $528.85. Even the exacta, the $1 exacta price was $48.50. So if you played a $2 exacta, you almost won $100, even with the favorite winning. If you look at the payouts for when Order of Australia won last year, the exacta, $1 exacta paid over $1,000, and the 50-cent trifecta paid $4,393 for a 50-cent bet. So for me, I'm not going to try too much on Saturday to hit the pick fours and pick fives. I'm going to try to hit pick threes, and I'm going to try to hit exactas and trifectas. So for me, I'm going to have to play a lot of horses here because I think there's a lot of horses that can make a run at catching Blowout and passing Blowout. So I'm going to use the 10. Another horse I like here is the number 5, Vindegard, coming from Japan. It's hard to find replays of these races, but if you look at the class ratings of the races and you look at how they played out, I think this one has a chance at 20-1 on the morning line. Obviously, the local favorite here would be Mo Forza, the number 6, who has won here at Del Mar on this turf course, going a mile. So Mo Forza, number 6, is somebody that I'm going to have to use. So for me, 10, 5, 6 so far. And then the horse that's the morning line favorite is Space Blues here for Charlie Appleby. I think this horse deserves the favoritism, and it's a horse that I can't leave off of my tickets. So for me, I'm going to box the numbers 3, 5, 6, and 10 here. And hopefully I get lucky and snag it. But a 4-horse trifecta box, might as well box them in the exacta as well. Hit the exacta. Hopefully you just add one more horse in there and get the trifecta. So I like 10 the most. I'm going to use the 3, going to use the 5, going to use the 6. That's it.
I like that. Who do you got here?
I like what you're saying here. And I do agree. And it's one of those, like, play the horse you like and with Blowout, who could steal it and throw the horses underneath that nobody knows about. And that's what happens in these races. And I think that's why it pays a lot. This is a big race for that kind of stuff to happen. So what I have here is I just put my top 3 bets in. Mo Forza just might be the best at 5-1. That's crazy, and that just shows you what Ryan talked about, how nuts this race is. They have Mo Forza at 5-1. I agree with the 10 Blowout, obviously, but my shipper, not even my shipper here, just a Brazilian horse that came over a while ago, is he didn't come over a while ago. Yeah, he did. Is In Love, the 7. I do like this horse. I like the upward trend this horse has. So if I'm going to go 3 horses there, I am going to go 6, 7, 10. And I did take a long, hard look at the 5 because I do think the Japanese horses might show up. And I have a few other ones that really, really are there. But this is a tough one. This is one that you probably want to go deep in. But Got Stormy's, not Got Stormy, Blowout's going to get the lead. Blowout against the boys. Let's see.
Can she wire the field?
But proven tough. We'll see what happens.
Yeah. AJ, who do you like?
I'm all over the board on this one. Most of the ones you said too, I'm on board with. Mo Forza, I'm just not going to trust because there's so much talent in the race. It seems like I am going to go with Space Blues because I don't know any better and I feel like I should. So I'm going to do that. I am with Ryan on the 5 as well. I'm going to take another Invader in the 1, the Appleby horse. Recently it wasn't in the best form, but when I look back at this horse's PPs and it's only a 3-year-old, has run some pretty great races as a 2-year-old, shipping over here now 12-1. Why not? I was going to take Smooth Like Straight, but instead of Smooth Like Straight, why don't I just take my boy Dan Blacker's horse Hit the Road?
Yeah.
Who he called the best turf miler in the country. So
Wow.
if USA is going to represent, I'm going to go with Hit the Road. The other one I love too is Randy's horse In Love. Looking at that horse, 3 in a row going into this one, 3 different tracks. I don't think it's ever raced here at Del Mar, but ships it wins. So I'm going to go with 8-1 at In Love as well.
Yeah, I like that.
Oh, and I had Blowout too. Blowout was kind of the obvious one. I think we'll probably all be on just because the way this race seemed to shape out. I just go wire to wire.
Friday's going to tell a tale. That's
Yep.
going to be if front running wins and
Yep.
Front running wins
we're going
is
to change
Blowout's
this.
race to win. Easy. I had Blowout as well. I did throw in Mo Forza. I'm with the 3 here, though. Like Ryan said, deservedly the favorite. He's coming off of some strong victories in some Group 1s, Group 1s and a Group 2. He's raced even a little bit longer over in England, and so I just feel like this horse is too tough for me to leave off my ticket. So I was playing him with Blowout and Mo Forza. I did struggle between adding on In Love, the 7 and 1 as well, but I just gonna do 3 here. So I did 3, 6, and 10.
So you guys are all scared not to play the favorite. All right. I see how that is. Who's your favorite astrophysicist? Stephen Hawking? Huh? That was a good one.
That was a good one.
You're
Oh,
fading him
yeah.
for no other reason that he's just the favorite.
Yeah.
You don't. What do you know about him?
He doesn't know who Stephen Hawking is. It's fine. All right, let's
Goodness. All right, but those are picks for race 9 on Saturday's card, the FanDuel Mile.
Yeah.
For Saturday. So Brian, thanks for joining us on our Breeders' Cup Day. Hopefully we'll have some luck. We'll see. But I agree with like Ryan said earlier. I think Saturday's your days to be playing those exactas, those tries, pick 3s. I agree with you. Probably not doing a whole lot of pick 4, pick 6s, pick 5. So what do you
I
guys
have a ridiculous ticket that I want to play.
Ooh, yeah, let's
Hey,
hear it.
Oh, sorry, we
Saturday.
don't have time.
was-
We'll
well,
see you next time.
I was okay. Well, tell us what it is. Yeah, Ryan. So tell us your ridiculous pick.
Saturday, race 10 is the Distaff, and Latruska is running. I don't think she's going to win.
Off my
Gonna
ticket.
go with one of the longest shots on the board, probably the longest shot on the board. Number 4, Blue Stripe. I think Blue Stripe can get the job done there. And if you want to be silly, play that in a daily double with the following race 11, which is the turf, with the number 6 Acclimate, who's 20-1. You're going 30-1 morning line to 20-1 morning line on a daily double. If that thing hits and you bet anything more than $2 on it, you're going to be on a yacht in the Bahamas by Sunday afternoon.
There you go. There
Brian, you
go.
know my number, right? You still have my number. Don't forget that.
I'll call you.
Okay.
All right. pregnant pause because I didn't know if we bring this up. But Ryan, you have an announcement to make to everybody, don't you?
This could be my last time on the Triple Clowns.
Wow, that makes it sound like you hate us.
Darn.
I don't hate
Another
you.
guy.
I don't hate you. Like apparently a lot of other people do, but I'm gonna hang it up here for a little bit with the horses and the sports and all that kind of fun stuff. We're gonna take a little break and see how things go.
Oh, well, we will miss our fourth clown.
We
They
will.
do say, hang it up when you want to, not when the game tells you you have to.
That's right.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's right.
And I hope it wasn't us at all, Ryan.
I mean, it kind of was a little bit.
well, no,
I
you
get
know.
If you want to be
I get it.
honest,
We do kind of suck you into the show all the time.
it is not. It is not at all. I love you all. I love you all. I love all of our faithful viewers. Most of our faithful viewers. Some of our faithful viewers.
All 5 of
A
them.
couple of them.
One of our faithful viewers, you know.
Right. Who knows? Who knows what the future holds? But last year, I kind of went off on a little tiff after the way that the Breeders' Cup Classic ended, and was very angry at one Mr. Bob Baffert. And this year, I decided, I liked the little break that I had after the Breeders' Cup last year, and so this time I'm going to do it purposely instead of angrily.
Well, perfect. Well,
Before you get too angry. Now you're
Yeah.
growing up. It's called growing up, Ryan. And now you understand the situations you need to keep yourself out of.
I
yeah.
promised I was never going to do that.
Well,
Well, you're
Ryan,
doing it.
we
You
will
should-
miss you.
We will, yeah, absolutely. And obviously we'll keep in touch.
You're
And
my favorite clown.
I'm not even worried
Aw.
because he'll be back. I mean,
I will. Yeah, thanks. I appreciate that.
Yeah,
I'll be
but-
back.
all
Don't,
right.
don't worry.
We do know where you live.
I know you do know where I live.
this is true.
I don't know how to-
Thank you for everything. Thanks for always having me on and all that stuff and making it sound like I knew what I'm talking about.
You do a good enough job proving us wrong every time you
Every
speak,
time,
Ryan.
yes,
So,
yes, so-
and this is why everybody hates us.
Yeah.
Ryan, no, but we will miss you. Well, the fans will miss you. We'll talk to you, I'm sure. And we'll get weird texts of bet the 6th and the 7th race. And I'm sure it'll be, yeah.
Right.
We'll miss you. It's good to go out on the best day of the year. So
That's why I hope I hit my daily double.
yes, yeah. 'Cause then he won't be.
That'll make retirement a lot easier, huh?
Yeah,
And
exactly.
shorter.
Well, Ryan, if it is the last time we see you on here, obviously, thank you for all you've done for the
Yes.
show. We appreciate you, of course. We, if anybody doesn't know, we have a great relationship with Ryan Dickey. We actually did a show from his apartment before. That's how,
We stormed his house.
yeah,
so-
so that's how
and
he
he
is for
still
our
likes
show.
us for some reason. I don't know.
I do. I
And
like
he's,
all
he
of you.
does mean a lot to us.
Yes.
We do hope to see him back, but we respect his decision. And he will always be the 4th clown of the apocalypse, no matter what. No one will ever take that title.
All right, guys, we have the beautiful Rachel McLaughlin from Indiana Grand. You've probably seen her. She's been on Off the Rail with AJ and Tom. And we're excited to have her on, at least with Randy and I, the more important people of the channel.
And first off,
I
you
love
said
how
like
everybody-
they know her from the Off the Rail show.
No, I said
Right.
Indiana Grand first, and it's also, all right.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Hey, guys.
Welcome back to
Yeah.
Degen.
Welcome
Yeah,
back to
I'm
DJ.
glad- I'm glad to be here.
Maybe we can get you on the entire show this time.
Yeah, I know. Well, that was my fault because I was like, I had been at work all day. And then I was like, you know what? I can either stay a little longer today and try to do the show at work, or I can go home. And I think that because I tried to do it on my Wi-Fi at home, that I got screwed. So we're on like the Caesars network today, boys.
Oh.
Okay, we're good to go.
Solid.
There we go.
It's like the Gold Network.
Yeah.
Well, we're excited. We're going to be talking the Distaff, which I feel like there's a whole lot and maybe not so much to say about this race. We'll see.
Absolutely. Yeah, no, absolutely. Rachel, why don't you start us off with the Distaff? Who you like, who you playing?
Okay, give me 1 second because we're racing and a race just ended. So I am right now, guys, racing is going on. That's how much I love you. I felt so sorry for being a biatch to Sarah last time because as soon as she came on the last show,
left.
I was like, see ya, I don't want to be on with this other girl. So
I like you more
exactly-
afterwards.
Me and Tom 100% attribute that to Sarah coming on that show,
I
which is why she's never allowed again.
Yeah, no, it was like
I've been
Sarah came
banned.
on and my internet was like, screw you, Rachel, you're done.
I was like,
there's only room
I was
enough
like-
for one female
I
on
thought
this
to
show.
myself,
And I have,
Rachel and I are going to be quick friends at that
Yeah.
point. I was like,
you
I
guys
get
know
it.
I'm not that kind of girl either, at all. So I hated that was the look. Okay, so my race 2's final. And yeah, I think Sarah kind of alluded to the fact that I was so excited you said this race. I was like, let's either talk about California Angel, obviously, or the Distaff, which is, I think, like the easiest race. But I have been on Latruska forever, and I'm on the Breeders' Cup voting panel as well. And I've had Latruska at the very top of my list, like at least in the top 5 for most of the road to the Breeders' Cup and the voting. And then after her last win, I saw everyone was tweeting about her and talking about the Breeders' Cup rankings. And I was like, maybe she'll jump up in the list. I mean, she was on there pretty high if you guys ever follow that. But I love her. I think she's super talented. She knows every place that Gutierrez puts her in is smart. And so I think that it's her race to lose, and she's got IRAD. I mean, that speaks for itself. So, I mean, I could talk about her all day, but I think that that's like the obvious one. And I'm not going to just, talk about what everybody else is. But however, how funny was it today when Ed talked crap about her? And then did you guys see he got roasted?
Oh, very much. He got roasted.
Did you not see it, AJ?
I did not.
Oh yeah, he tweeted
Well, I've been
out,
on here since 10 o'clock this morning, so.
he tweeted out that she really doesn't deserve horse of the year.
I've said that for a while, so I'll get roasted.
Yeah, I just thought it was
What?
hilarious that Simon and who was it else? Todd Trupp. They're doing that cool social media board, which I think is awesome this year, by the way, for TVG to cover Breeders' Cup. And they brought up his tweet about Latruska, which I think his point was a little different than what the tweet was, but that's just how you got to take Ed with, the way he presents stuff. That's why I love him so much. But anyway, they said, Ed, you just got deroasted. It's the best. So now I'm just going to call him Ed DeRosa for the rest of his life. Like, gonna get rid of that. So the other two, I obviously think She Dares the Devil, which obviously I'm a fan of since, she's started her career at Indiana Grand. I love Flo, which with horse players, the Frenchie is, you either love him or hate him. I love Flo. I think that he rides her really well. He's obviously been on her for almost all of her mounts. She loves the mile 16th distance. You just kind of got a question mark of, stretching out. What this one's a mile and an eighth, right? Yeah. So that's a little bit of a question mark to me, but I think she's going to like it. And then I'm kind of boring on this one. I mean, I think this is a pretty chalky race. I don't really see where an upset could come unless it's going to be one of these 30-1 Argentina horses that I have no clue, and I'm not going to pretend like I've done enough research to know about some of this, like the Tokyo Japan horse and stuff. But Malatat is also one that I think, I don't even know if I'm saying that right, but Malatat, Todd's horse, is pretty salty. Like that last race at a mile and a quarter, that Alabama grade 1, it was a 107 Brisnet number she put up. I mean, that was just a beast mode. And yeah, it's a 3-year-old going up against older, but there's plenty of that in here. And I think that she's pretty talented and has a nice work as well, to her credit. So I hate to be the chalk eating weasel that I always get accused of, but this is just that kind of race, I think.
Yeah.
All right.
What do you think?
That's fine, because I'm going to come hard and fast right now.
Like
with
a
something
30-1?
else. Yeah.
Hit me
No,
with it.
I'm not going that big. First of all, I'm going to fade Latruska. And I know what Ed DeRosa is probably talking about is that somebody like Essential Quality wins the Classic or something like that. How could you not give that horse of the year?
Yes.
It's not, I mean, I think that's what he was saying. And I
It
agree
was.
with that, like handing this horse of the year in the division. Sorry, not that great. So I'm going to fade Latruska. I don't think Latruska's been I think Latruska's been very impressive, but not like a world beater. And I love She Dares the Devil. And that mile and an eighth you were talking about, by the way, did beat a couple horses you might know at a mile and an eighth by the names of Gamine and Swiss Skydiver. So we know they can do this. It's a horse for the course. Flo will have this horse ready, already ran here. That was a great move to put this horse here before. And I think Delmar, I don't think, Latruska beat, you're gonna say Monomoy Girl once again, jumped 2 shadows in the stretch, beat her by a nose, and obviously injured Monomoy Girl. Now we know that. Let's just say Latruska's hasn't faced She's Dared as Devil yet. And She Dares the Devil, I'm gonna go with hard. And I'm gonna go also with a little bit of a bomb here. And it's gonna be Private Mission, the one. But you must have played that because you're shaking your head. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Private Mission, I think, could be another horse for the course and could sit right off this lead battle that could be with Latruska and Horologist. There's going to be some speed going to the turn here and could sit right off of it and could come home. So, I mean, obviously, if I have enough money, I can't really throw Latruska off the ticket. I'm just trying to be hardcore here. So I'm just going too deep here. I'll just say it. I'm going to throw her off, and I'm going 1 and the 8. Yeah.
Wow. All right. Well, I did the 1 and the 8 as well, and you took all my notes
Jesus.
about private.
Don't you hate when that happens when you've got all this stuff to say and somebody else does it?
Oh, that was going to be my money play. I mean, this horse, she's raced out on the rail at Del Mar. She's stretching out. Like you said, has the speed to just sit off Latruska. And I'm fading Latruska. I did kind of look hard at the 4 here. Looks impressive until you really look at the has been running in these graded stakes races, but then you look at the price, and when you really look into it, these graded stakes in Argentina are like a low level allowance in the States. So company
$12,000 is in Argentina.
Is that a lot? Like, I'm sure
I
that's
don't
a
know.
lot.
What's the
right?
conversion rate?
Let's see. The conversion rate is 6.2 billion. I look online.
So richest race in the world if you go
I mean,
down
that
south.
must
But
be
no,
relevant, right? That
I-
must be relevant.
I did actually watch the last race out at Palermo, and it was a good race. It was an interesting race, but when you really look at like the class and the company that this horse was running in, yes, they're graded stakes there or group stakes there. If you to equate that to the States, it's a low level allowance. You're like, oh, well, you're running against the best of the best here in the Distaff. So as much as I
One
wanted
of
to
those races,
throw that
it
in,
was a 16 horse field. Did you see that? Is
yeah,
that right?
yeah.
That's insane.
Well, yeah, we just watched, what was
We
it?
did the Melbourne Cup.
The
That
Melbourne
was
Cup of
24 horse
horses.
field.
Yeah, I mean, I'm saying that's like a notch in her favor. You know what I mean? These are big races, and there's not as many in this field, but I mean,
Oh, this is like a Santa Anita third race with 4 horses in it to this horse.
yeah, no, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
It's
So-
almost like a match race.
Yeah, they're like, wow, this is definitely is not as much as I
Oh, this is it.
Exactly.
in Argentina.
Oh,
One
I did
US
180.
dollar equates to 99.8 Argentina pesos.
Okay, and I do think they go by dollars though, because there is like a $59,000 one there too.
yeah.
But it's like fairly well. It's like
but I wonder,
$1 US is
I
99
wonder if it's-
Argentina.
I wonder if it's relative to like
Wow.
a big race at Argentina is like $100,000 race is like our $1 million race. I don't.
Well, I'm wondering if that
We'll
12K
see.
is
I mean,
it
this horse
actually in
could really
American money.
Shake it up. I'll maybe hit the board. I mean, this horse has been running 1.25 miles, so easy.
And here at DJ Nation and the Triple Clowns, we're not talking badly about our friends in Argentina. We're just confused about the money rate.
Yeah.
I just want to
Right.
put that out there.
There's our PSA for the day.
I already did one.
So
I've done
I
3.
yeah, you've done a lot. So I did 1-8. AJ, who do you like?
Didn't Ryan Dickey had this horse as well too? Did he not tell us that?
We don't know what order we're going.
Somebody else had Blue Stripe in his daily double. I believe it was this one.
Yes, he had for his daily double. It was Blue Stripe and Acclimate.
I don't hate that horse. You got Frankie Dettori on there, 15 Breeders' Cups wins. Yeah, sure, why not? But I'm not going to play it. My big concern, obviously, I've been a big Latruska fan all year. We know this, and I've talked about this. My big concern with Latruska is going to be Horologist. Not that Horologist will win this race, but Horologist might go out there and push her too hard at the top.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is my biggest concern about Latruska when you look at the pace scenario for this race. very like
So much early speed.
if
right?
horologist scratches Latruska by 1 billion. If not, if she's in this race and is out there pushing, I think that opens up the door for She Dares the Devil. And obviously everyone wants to talk about so far, since we've talked about Gamine and everything, but oh, She Dares the Devil beat Gamine. Well, Gamine is a sprinter. We're talking about a mile and 16th, mile and 8th race, guys.
Yeah.
Very irrelevant. So let's cool the jets there.
Thank you.
But
Thank you.
She Dares the
Kinda.
Devil. Okay. Unbeaten under a mile, so whatever. That being said, I think that opens up the door for She Dares the Devil. Horologist, I mean, if you're gonna take a flyer, I mean, you're getting 30-1 on a horse that's gonna be out in front. Who knows? If early speed is a factor, maybe, but doubtful.
How does
So-
Delmar playing right? Like, how is it playing right now? That's what.
Well, its
that's
first
about me,
races
is
are
that
coming
I'm
up.
focused- Huh?
First races are about in an hour.
Yeah.
They just opened back up. So
So we don't know.
it was rail heavy before, I think. It was weird.
It was, yeah.
But it's been a little while. So the opening day is today.
Today.
So we'll see.
So I think that opens up the door for our 3-year-old champ, and then our 4-year-old or our former 3-year-old champ, now 4-year-old champ. When you talk about the Oaks, with She Dares the Devil and Malafat. The other one I'm going to take for a bigger price, maybe, it depends on what she goes off as, is going to be our old friend, Royal Flag. Now, Royal Flag is running these races between Horologist and Triska before, but never at the same time. And she is a closer. And last time Horologist went out to the lead, guess who caught her? And guess who won that race at Belmont in that grade 2? And that was Royal Flag. So I will take a Royal Flag as well, underneath, and maybe in pari-mutuels and everything. So I think she might be a price there that you could steal.
So you're doing 4 deep?
Well, I mean, like, I don't know
Good
what we're
pick.
talking about. I mean, the Truska is my favorite. She's been
Yeah.
my favorite in this division all year. I would go if I was going to do like a pick 3, pick 4 sequence, depending on where I'm going at other, where else. I would definitely include She Dares the Devil. I'd have Latruska in there, and if I had the money, I'd go the 2 or the 3. So yeah.
What do you guys think about Clairiere?
Joe had
closer.
Joe did have Clairiere in this race.
Yeah, we
I
talked
think
about
if
it
I
earlier.
had a
Well,
super or top 4, I think I'd put her in there.
Malafat owns her. No way.
Yeah.
Yeah,
She has beat the crap out of her in the past, hasn't she?
but
For super exotics, I think her running style does kind of help if Horologist, as a closer, because she does like to come from off the pace.
yeah, I think
Pretty
in-
far
in
too.
Super,
She's
yeah.
won from dead last before.
Well, yeah.
Well, like,
What was
He-
that, Rachel
on the board.
Alexandra?
Ryan Dickey talked about the trifectas, the supers, and the high fives and everything, where if you're going to have somebody at the later end to give you a price,
There
she'll
you
be
go.
there. She'll be there. Sure.
Yeah, she's
Both at
well,
one.
she's 8 for 9 on the board. I mean,
Yeah.
this one always shows up. I mean, might not be a,
Not about exotic
and
play.
it's not like hasn't been in good races, grade 1, grade 1, grade 1, grade 2. Like, I mean, on the board for legitimately whole career, besides with 9 starts, the maiden start that she won was the only one in an $85,000 maiden. And
I
the rest
honestly-
of grade 1s or 2s.
I honestly don't think you'll get 12-1. I think it'll be lower on her.
Yeah,
Really?
you're probably right.
Yeah.
I don't know, the top 3 or 4 in some of these long shots, you might.
Yeah. I
Well,
think
but when you see
Yeah,
her
that's
run
okay.
again, you see her get the win, and then her behind Malafat the last 2 times out, I think people will.
Yeah.
I think a lot of money is going to go
I
there.
think
What about,
1 and 2 are going to take more money than we think. One of those are going to take more money than one of the 2.
What about as time goes by? What do you guys think about this horse hitting the board at least?
3
Is there
months
a
ago, we
shot?
would have thought this horse might win.
Yeah, I know. This horse has really changed a lot this year. Starting off really impressively strong and then just downhill. I don't know. We have Sayas in the irons this time, so I think.
Well, I
it'll be-
mean, you're
Right.
moving laterally between Mike Smith, Johnny V, and then Louis Saez. Like, I mean,
yeah.
It's not like you have a big upgrade.
Not an upgrade, downgrade. It's a lateral move there as far as a jockey, but I'm interested to see how this horse is going to do because this last half of this year seemed to be rough.
The Baffert too, though.
Does anybody worry about Latruska getting basically her head chopped off out of the gate because of the speed on the side of her?
That's what I was trying to say is there's so much early
Yeah.
speed all right there in the middle that's my only.
Yeah, I mean, seven breaks and goes to the rail hard. She might have to check.
And
which-
she dares the double. She likes to go to the lead too. So if they all say screw it and send,
Yeah,
that's gonna be a problem.
I think Cox sits off them though. I think she knows. I think he knows.
Yeah, to sit
Like,
just
if
off the
it-
leader.
Yeah.
I
She's won
think-
a couple of nice races that way.
Mhm.
I think couldn't have been worse for Latruska with those two horses on the outside of Latruska. When they got that draw, I'm going with he must have been like, damn,
Yeah,
Yeah.
keep
Oh,
away
yeah.
from those horses, damn it.
all the horses really to put on the side of me.
Gotta
on
put
the
those two
outside of
right
me.
by me.
Yeah, I'll follow. You know, if you switch them 6, 7, okay. I'll let them go and I'll just follow the tail and go. But yeah,
Yeah.
interesting.
Well, that is our distaff. Those are our picks.
There it is.
We're gonna
Solid.
see how this plays out. How Latruska does.
All right. Well, we'll let Rachel get back to work.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm literally like, I've got a text, I'm like trying to watch to see if Rodney's, we print the poster and I have to go down there and watch, but yeah, thanks for having me on, guys. Sorry I had such boring, my top 3 though, I love those horses. I'm like AJ, I love Latruska. I guess for my long shot, I'd be Clairiere. And then hopefully, but I didn't even think about Private Mission. That's a good point. I like that horse now that you pointed out.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, no, I think it's a good play. And you know what, Rachel, you know this from playing the game long enough. You say who you think is going to win. It doesn't matter. People get mad at you. Like, I'm not going to pick long shots just to pick
Every
long
time.
shots. I don't want to be the guy who picks long shots every race and then hits
I
one.
like try to
I
force.
say that every time and people call me crazy. Like when I can find a long shot and it makes sense, of course I'm gonna pick a long shot. Like I had an $8 horse yesterday. I didn't hear nobody bitching about that. Nobody pointed that out, did they? But when I got a 4 to 5 on top, boy, I hear about it.
Yeah,
Oh.
it's still one. Did you want me to play a
Yeah.
different horse?
Yeah.
That lost?
Yeah.
What do you want from me?
Yeah. Oh God, we hear it too.
Yeah, you just have to ignore those guys. But this is a good race, and I am so excited about Friday for California Angel. We're giving away $20 win bets. I printed out little coupons for everybody that comes Friday to the track. I'm giving them $20 to win on California Angel. That's how stoked we are about her.
Nice.
All right, well, Rachel, tell everybody a little bit about that right now, because this will be out before.
Yeah, so Christian Allen Walsh are good friends and their owners, and they sent George down to buy a horse, and he bought her for $5,500. I think he said he was going to stop at like 20 or 15 or something, and he was shocked. Nobody was, and she looks just like California Crown. Like, it's weird. She even has the little, anyway, she's a really cool horse, and they won, and got a winning your in race, and she really looks really classy and has a good shot. But man, it's like she drew the outside. But even though George isn't really worried about it, I think he was a little worried about getting caught up in the middle of a 14-horse field, like we were just talking about, and not being able to drop back and run her own race. So it might end up benefiting her. And honestly, I'm kind of excited about it because I think she's going to run huge. And even if you put some money across the board with her, I think you're going to bet big, because people don't like to bet the outside horse in those young races. They kind of almost discount like especially the horse in like the 14 hole, So I think you're going to get a pretty solid price on her. So we're all pretty excited. And George is such a deserving guy. I mean, he's like, when the people that want the attention, you don't want to give it to him. But George is like, he's happy to talk to you, but he's not like craving the like attention all the time. It's just a good old, what I say about cowboys: talk low, talk slow, and don't say much. And that's George.
Solid.
Yeah, no, absolutely. No,
It's a
that-
story that horse racing can use right now.
Yeah, it's great. And everybody out
Yeah,
there.
it's a great story. It really is. And it's like, it's your favorite. My favorite thing about horse racing is the people. And George is one of the people that make my job awesome.
Yeah, there you go. Shout out there. Awesome. No, that'll be a lot of fun to see. And yeah, for everybody out there that thinks young horses don't like the outside, they actually don't like the rail. They're more afraid of the rail.
Oh my God, yeah, you got that on your side and then all these horses are running at you. I'm not mad she's on the outside.
Yeah.
No, it's
yeah.
great. It's great. So yeah, but you're right. People are like, oh, how are they going to get? It's fine. They like it out there.
Yeah,
They'd rather run with the pack than run on the side of something that's stopping them.
exactly.
Yeah,
You know horses.
Imagine
I
that.
love that you're just giving
Little
out
bit.
free
We-
win
we-
bets.
We tried at least.
I know.
On a
You
horse that's
walk in the door, first 200 people walk in the door Friday. I'm literally just handing you $20 going on California Angel.
Who
But
is
I-
what 8-1 morning line?
Is she? I haven't even looked.
I thought it was
And
8-1.
anymore
We
after
are-
he buys all those tickets.
Yeah, well, we got to do what we got to do.
Oh God.
Absolutely.
Awesome.
All right. Thank you so much, Rachel. I know you have to go
Yes,
back and
thanks,
work.
Rachel. Good
Awesome.
luck.
Hopefully you
We'll
have
get you
some
on
time
again
off.
another time. Once.
Yeah, you guys hit me up
Finally
this
done.
winter. I'll be happy to come on and do some shows. I'm just
Yep.
sitting in my office working on sponsorship deals and planning the meet next year. I gotta pop out like a whole person in February
Yeah, congratulations on
that.
that, by the way. Yeah.
until popping out a human living being. I'm all yours.
Love it.
Sounds good. I've heard that many a times from a woman.
That's what she said.
Oh, please. You try so damn
That's
hard.
what she said.
Bless his
Uh,
heart. All right.
All right, bye guys. Bye, AJ.
All right, so thank
Thanks,
you.
Rachel.
All right, Joe is back from away. Joe.
And away they do.
Wee, yeah.
Oh,
And away
goodness.
Joe. Oh, that I was saying.
At
it
least
for
he
us.
got it right one time.
And away Joe.
Yeah.
Wow.
Here we go.
Get it?
And away we go. So we are going to now Saturday's race. We have the race 11 grade 1 Longines turf. This is a 1.5 miles, $4 million at stake. Joe, who do you like here?
Oh man. You know what? The last pick wasn't really it wasn't an international pick. For me, it's not an international pick. Well, sort of. Domestic spending. He just looks really good right now. And the two Emmys, he lost by a neck, whatever. But everything since then, I think he has the distance. He should swoop up on them all in the end. I think just really incredible horse he is, and the works look good. I think everything looks up to par. I think he could win this race. If you're looking for maybe an outsider, probably would go with Broom, just because Broom has proven to win on a grade 1 in Europe, and he's kind of like one of those where he doesn't lose his form, or he doesn't lose his ability, but he'll lose his form, because if you go back earlier this year, he's won a lot of great races over in France and in Ireland and all that. 20-1 just seems kind of ridiculous to me that you're getting that, but I think it's based off of his past 2 performances. Not so great in the Arc de Triomphe, but I think he'll bounce back. He looks like a good one for me as far as a long shot. So I would say Broom as a long shot, but domestic spending just looks really, really, really good. Hard to beat here.
You don't think Tarnawa can come back and do it again?
Fiona?
The 13.
Tunara.
Oh.
I don't. I mean, yeah. He looked okay. He looked good in the Breeders' Cup Turf last year. The last 2 races over in Leopardstown, and then also in France, and Longshot was second in the Arc de Triomphe. He can, but I don't want to take the 9-5. 9-5 is definitely not something I would take. Other than that, yeah, he has good form. He has a lot. He's winning all over the place, and he definitely has a shot. I want to try to beat him, but I think the draw is kind of an issue for me, because he's sort of like, he's in the back. So if he gets too far back, I don't think he's going to catch anything. So.
Gotcha. Who do you like here?
I like the 7, Walton Street here. I think this Walton Street could sit on a perfect trip, and the numbers are very big for this horse. And I think has kind of come over here, become acclimated, looks good. I'm gonna take the 7 at 8-1 with Walton Street. The other one was a 12, that Tiona, which I think is in the conversation, because big thing here is, if you look at it, throw up 3 back. And if you see the thing, this horse doesn't like soft turf, and that's a problem. And guess what they don't have at Del Mar? Soft turf.
Rain.
So he likes the hard turf. Yeah, rain, which makes, yeah. So I think that's great at 6-1. I think his horse is getting better. Throw out that one that people see with the 10 lengths because the soft turf doesn't like it, apparently. And obviously the 3 domestic spending. Let me throw in the American here that has the best shot. So I'm going to go 7-12-3 on my ticket.
All right, AJ, who do you like?
Domestic spending, obviously, everyone's talked about it. Chad and Flavian just is in great form right now. Let's go. So I took the 3. I'm going to go with Astronaut to Shock the World again. Let's go. 20-1. Why not? Just when you look at this race, I just think that there's so many different people or so many different horses who could come out and possibly win this one. You give me 20-1 on this horse again. Maybe you hit lightning twice. Let's try it. The other one I like is the 10 Yabir, second time, shipping in, who ran a really good race at 1.5 miles at Belmont last time out. Your second time over in the States is obviously comfortable over here. We got to ship across country, but obviously we ship from England to New York. I mean, it's about the same. So I like the 10 at 12-1 as well. I wasn't super sold on the 13, and that will screw us all, I believe, if no one picks him, because it's probably a really good horse. And then I went with Joe's the number 8 Broom, the Aidan O'Brien horse, who, when you look back at the PPs, looks very solid. And Frankie Dettori has won 15 Breeders' Cups races over here. So
there you
go. Can't bet against that.
Yeah, no, you can't. This is another race I went deep in, but I'm with AJ here on the 10 Yabir. He's coming off that stakesman at Belmont, like AJ already mentioned. He's shipped to Belmont, so shipping to Del Mar shouldn't be that much of an issue. This horse has been running in really strong company. I think 12-1. It's a good play because I am putting the 13 on my card. Tarnawa. This horse has just been racing really well. And so let's see if this horse can win it again. The 3 as well. I'm playing domestic spending, but no one's talked about the 11 here. Gufo, 8-1.
Gufo
I
yourself.
don't like no Gufo for me. I bet him the last time he didn't win, so I gave up on
He
Gufo.
burned you. I just think he's interesting. I mean, he needs that really strong gear here with this deep of a field, and that could be a big issue here for him. If he gets a clean break, we'll see how he performs. Definitely a horse I'll be playing in my exotics. But so I went 4 deep here with the 3, 10, 11, 13.
Yeah. And also,
I just want to. Oh, I was just gonna say. I just want to quickly mention. There's a lot of closers in this, and if you look at a horse like what Randy was saying, Acclimate, he could sneak in and take him wire to wire.
He could. I mean, this is another tough field. I think there's a lot of talent.
Yeah, and a lot of times people don't realize 1.5 miles on turf is won by the horse in front in America. It happens.
Yeah. Well, like you've mentioned, we'll see how Del Mar kind of plays out Friday and how the turf's running. And if it's, speed favorite, we'll see.
No, absolutely.
Yeah.
And the shipping, I don't think the shipping so much travel time, guys. It's more getting used to a different track.
Yeah.
And it's way different in England than
Very
it is
much.
anywhere in America.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
I think me and Sarah were talking. It's proven it can win on a.
Yeah, no, I
yeah,
know.
yeah. Because
And I think England's closer to
Just
New York.
travel the globe, England to New York to Southern California, and then just go around.
maybe he'll
back
go to
to-
Japan.
go to
next.
Japan.
We'll see.
Go to Japan and then go back. To
And then
England.
he'll stop in Dubai and then go
Hong
back
Kong.
to England.
All
Yeah,
right.
Hong Kong, and then
He's doing
The
a world
Amelia
tour.
Earhart of horses.
There you go. That is our picks for
That's
the
not good luck for a horse. by
race.
the way.
For race 11, Saturday's card, which is the grade 1 Longines turf.
Yeah, most Amelia Earharts are like a lot of horses AJ bets can't be found.
There we go.
Ever
Oh,
again.
you left the door.
Magellan, then sorry, Magellan. Is that better?
Okay.
And he's circumnavigated.
Well, Joe, what are your thoughts? Do you have any other horses you're kind of eyeing on Saturday's card?
Oh yes, the Breeders' Cup Distaff, because I was staring at this race. It's probably the best race on the card. I even think it's better than the Classic. And I'm just looking up and down the field. These are a lot of really, really good horses. She Dares the Devil, Latruska, Dunbar Road, Marsh Lorraine, who's actually from Japan, that was in JRA, that went to the NAR tracks of the lower leagues. Didn't do so well there, so I don't know why she's here. But yeah, it's a lot of speed. I've looked at it. Everybody has speed. So I am actually going to take Clairiere because I really like that win in the Cotillion. And that's going to be a very bold statement for me. Latruska's good. She Dares the Devil, I think, was the only one that ever beat her so far. And I think it's going to be so much speed that no one's going to know what to do. And then all of a sudden, someone's just going to come over the top. So that's why I kind of singled out Clairiere here in that race.
Oh, I like it.
I like it because there's going to be a duel up front. We'll talk about that
Yep.
in a little bit. All right, Joe.
Thank you so much.
Yeah,
And away,
great to
Joe,
be back
go.
on. Yeah,
And
and bye-bye.
Bye, Joe.
See you guys.
Thank you, Joe. All right, everybody, we're here for the main event. And of course, who else would we have on? Back on. Greg Milkowski, Timeform US, the man, the myth, the legend. He is back, and he's going to give us the Classic winner. Hopefully.
No pressure.
Yeah, I hope so. And I will give you the Classic winner if, in fact, unfortunately, I'm going a little bit chalky in here, but I really like Essential Quality in this spot. I think the 3-year-olds are just better than the older horses. They have been all season. Nick's Go is the one exception, but I've got some real question marks about him. I do think he's going to face some serious pace pressure in here from another 3-year-old Medina Spirit and maybe even Hot Rod Charlie. And that 10th furlong, I think, is just going to prove to be his undoing. One thing you'll notice when you look at his past performances is there's a whole bunch of ones and there's nobody challenging him when he wins. But the few times he has been challenged, he kind of folds up like a cheap tent. So I'm hoping that's going to happen here. And I don't like Nick's Go at all. So for me, I really like Essential Quality. It was a close call over Hot Rod Charlie, who I think's every bit as good. And it's just going to be a matter of trips. But for me, it's those two.
Thank you, Craig, so much. Because I've been saying this for so long and I've taken so much heat from everybody out there. Every time I have a show and I keep saying that extra furlong, stop with saying like Nick Go's this unbeatable horse that, and I had to put the highlight up there on Twitter. I don't know if anybody saw it, of Nick's Go when Charlatan jogged to the first turn. Nick's Go was working, jogged by Nick's Go, and Nick's Go just stopped. So can I question, why is no one questioning this horse? I don't know why. Like we're crowning this horse, don't know why. I am fading this horse big time. Though I'm not on the Hot Rod Charlie train.
Yeah, you need to get Dennis Green clip. If you want to crown his ass,
Do you want to
him.
crown his ass?
Crown his ass. Exactly. Good old Denny Green, rest his soul.
Yeah, R.I.P., buddy.
Absolutely. Yeah, we miss him. So I'm gonna go 4 deep in beating Nick's Go. I'm just gonna say, listen, I think there could be a crazy speed matchup, and maybe somebody eats it up at the end because I think they're gonna know they have to press Nick's Go and put it on him. And I think a horse like Tripoli, horse for the course, and also just is, I just think good, overlooked. I think the last race you can throw it out because that was a prep. He was already in. I mean, I know you don't run a horse, like it's not a prep race. Obviously, I just wanted to win, but wasn't a big deal. Already going there, got the race on his belt. I got to play him at 15-1. Essential Quality, obviously, and there's your horse of the year. Stop with the Truska. I'm sorry, this horse runs second. Still should be horse of the year. Ed DeRosa, I have your back here because he just got killed about it. Apparently,
The roasted.
they said he was. I will argue with you, TVG people, all day long. If you tell me the Truska to give her the trophy, no, stop. Excuse me. And then I'm also going to go with Art Collector because I don't know why not. Maybe back to form. And Medina Spirit.
All right. AJ, who do you like?
Well, it's no secret. I've been saying EQ over Nixco for a long time now, what it feels like, especially every time we have Shu on, who is a big Nixco guy. And I've said Essential Quality is my guy ever since I had to always have his back when he would beat Hot Rod Charlie, and everyone wanted to talk about Hot Rod Charlie and not Essential Quality, who actually won the race. I have been a big EQ fan this whole year. Lost one race ever, and that was a field of 1,000 in the Kentucky Derby. Hot Rod or Essential Quality has just been nothing but spectacular since then. Wins without me having to doubt it. I don't care if it's by a neck or if it's by 2 legs. Essential Quality is by far my favorite in this. Give me Cox and Saez all day long. That being said, I do have to find people to pick up the pieces and fill out the top 3. Or if I want to go sideways, I got to have other horses in there if I'm going to try to get a price. Art Collector is one because I'm also a big Art Collector fan. So I'll take the 8-1 morning line. I'm getting on him. Tripoli, Randy mentioned it. Pacific Classic winner. Why are we not talking about this horse more? At Del Mar at 1.25 miles, and we're not going to talk about Tripoli at all, and we're going to give him 15-1. I'll take a shot there as well. Medina Spirit is my wild card that I don't really like, but how do you not take the Kentucky Derby winner? So I'm pretty much, am I exactly the same as Randy? I think I am.
1468, 146.
But I'm heavy on the 4 on the top.
Yeah, I agree with everybody. I would be heavy with the 4 on the top as well. I like Essential Quality. This horse really has done nothing wrong. I mean, he's coming off of a pretty awesome win and last time out at the Travers. And also, honestly, with this horse retiring, if he wins the Classic, it would be an awesome story. Winning the Juvenile and then an incredible 3-year-old career, only to lose to the Derby.
One of the best ever. 2
Yeah,
3-year-old careers
and
if
then
he
comes
wins
back
here.
to win the Classic the next year. Not a bad story there, Essential Quality. So I'm definitely liking Essential Quality. Tripoli, you're right. I don't think he's getting enough attention. He has won at this distance at Del Mar, so it's kind of hard not to throw him in your picks as well. So I probably would do 2 deep. If I wanted another horse, I'd throw in Art Collector because I feel like that horse just shocks me every time.
So we all didn't pick Knicks Go. Oh, this is not going to go over well. This is not going to go over well when Knicks Go wins.
Yeah.
Knicks go by 1,000.
Yeah, we'll have that cut. Good.
Yeah.
We'll clip that later.
Yeah.
We also need to go through the next few horses. You should say that about a couple other ones.
Yeah, that's what we do, Craig.
Flip it out.
Actually, we
Express train by 1,000.
There we go.
Yeah, we do that for every horse,
Now, hold
and then
on.
we'll put the clip out.
AJ, can you say Max?
Nope, I will not.
Okay.
I actually like Tripoli a bit in here, like you guys said, because I think you can put a line through that last race. It was a speed bias track, definitely a rail bias track. He was nowhere near the rail. I don't think that race really meant that much, but to him, as you said, he had already run his big race. He's got to get better, but as a guy that plays exactas and tries, he's definitely going to be on my tickets. I don't like Art Collector at all like you guys do. I think he's going to get run off his feet early. Horses like Knicks Go and Medina Spirit are just too quick for him early. I'm not a big fan of relying on horses to show a new dimension. Art Collector always wins from right up on or near the lead, so he's one I'm tossing. If I'm playing tries and super, I got to throw in Stiletto Boy at least a little bit, just because he's a wild card. He's a huge price. He's actually been running some decent speed figures. He did benefit from that good rail last time. He basically stayed on the rail the whole time around, just followed Medina Spirit. Kind of a suck up second. Don't think he's a win contender, but he could very well be the one picking up the pieces late as horses like Knicks Go fade out of it.
Yeah, and when you see a lot of these guys going a mile and quarter like Knicks Go, like he'll stop. We saw him do it. Like there's horses that'll stop. That Medina Spirit, who knows? Medina Spirit's never been passed by a horse besides the Preakness or whatever, wherever it was the last time Medina Spirit got passed.
Preakness by Rombauer.
Yeah, was the only time. But yeah, a lot of these horses will just, these big favorites, and then how the other ones just running to pick up the pieces, which is absolutely true. I do like the Stiletto Boy. I took a hard look at that horse to hit the board. I was like,
yeah.
Yeah, that would be that'd be just a classic type of thing to do. And yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
So everybody off of Nick's go. So we heard
Everybody- I
that
know.
first. You imagine that.
I've been off Nick's go, and every time I bet against him, it kicks me in the butt. So I think it's just going to continue that trend because why
If
not? at
that
this
horse
point?
wins, we take this video down. So no one ever knows this happened.
Yeah, we just
There'll be some more fabulous tweets about us anyways if Nick's go wins. So you might as well just ride it out in style. But yeah, what a field.
it's a weird year.
It is a weird
It
year.
feels like there's no, you know what I mean? That the 3-year-olds are like dominant in here almost. It's kind of crazy. And Nick's
Yeah,
go
man.
is like a second tier last year 3-year-old group. I mean, really, when you think about it, if
Yeah.
Charlatan was around, if Nadal was around, I mean, who knows? But authentic, 'tis the law. Like we have a 4-year-old that we didn't really know much about as a 3-year-old, really. But
I gotta stop you. Nick's goes 5.
Love it. Yeah,
Five.
Nick's go.
Sorry.
He's
We'll cut that.
been around a long time. He ran
That's
into
right,
Dirt
he's
Mile
5.
last year. Yep.
Yeah.
He
But-
actually ran second in the Breeders' Cup Juvenile way back when he was a 2-year-old.
That's
Kind of
right.
fell off the map for a little while.
That's
and
what it
his-
was. And he was terrible
Yeah.
for a while, right?
Yeah.
Yes, his 3-year-old season was a complete wash. He wound up in the Brad Cox barn at 4 and kind of had a renewed life. So he's turned out to be a top one. He's the one older horse that's been decent all year. The rest have just been a bunch of grade 3 types who win grade 1 races because somebody has to win them. But he's at least run fast. But I think the 3-year-olds are ready to take over that mantle.
Yeah.
It's crazy
Yeah.
because all the good 4-year-olds are out in a barn somewhere right now and doing their thing.
Yeah.
You know, I mean,
Yeah. Tough life.
Having a lot of fun, let's say.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
Well, Craig, thank you so much for coming on. I know you have a crazy week. I'm sure you're doing a lot of different shows and whatnot for the Breeders' Cup. Good luck this weekend. I hope we all hit some pretty good tickets here.
Thanks. Always fun to be on. I actually kept it reasonable. I'm only doing a couple outside of DRF. So I'm thankful you guys have me on. I appreciate you sticking with me and keep asking, even though I was a bit difficult.
Of course. Well,
You're not difficult.
we were going to
trust
get
me.
you on sooner or later. We have your hooks in you.
Yeah, we've sold your
Already.
soul to the Triple Clowns, Degen
Yeah.
Devil.
But-
Craig, thanks so much. Always a pleasure, buddy. And
Always good to see you.
congratulations on your health and your daughter's health. That's a fantastic thing you did, and that's great to see that you're doing fine. And
Yeah, we're both good to go. So
work
her
on that.
kidney's working, my kidney's working in her, and my remaining kidney is working great. So we're good to go. Appreciate
The
it.
Yeah.
best news. That's
Yeah.
great. Well, good luck this weekend, Craig.
All right. Thank you.
Bye.
Woo! All
We
right.
did it.
Yeah,
We did it. We got through.
we did. Let's see if we can get through the weekend now.
Yeah, hopefully we hit it big. Some of these good plays we got going on. We got a lot of great insight and a lot of good insight on some of these horses from overseas coming in to try out the Del Mar turf.
Absolutely. And I think we gave a lot of insight. A lot of people did. And we gave a little bit of entertainment there. I think it was a lot of fun with everybody. And that's what we try to do.
Always fun. with us.
We try that. A little bit different than most horse racing shows. So hit that like, subscribe button, join the crew. And
Let's cash it. Let's
yeah,
cash some tickets.
there you go. All right.
Good
Well,
luck.
Good luck.
See you
Have a
later.
great weekend. Be safe and win some money. Bye-bye.